watch-alongs over the next few days. In fact, we're going to be doing football watch-alongs for the next few years. But, yeah, we are going to be doing some internationals. So we've got Portugal taking on the Republic of Ireland, England taking on Hungary, England taking on, I think it's Andorra. I'm not too sure, but we've got those matches coming up. And then we will be doing like Premier League watch-alongs every week. The stuff we've been doing on this channel, I'm moving it over there. So that's going to make things nice and clean, nice and simple. And a big shout out to everyone that just joined us. It was transfer deadline day today. So big news that there's quite a few players swapping teams and moving around. And maybe not like the massive drama that we were hoping for. But there was some nice moments. There were some good little transfers. So certainly not a waste of time. So a big shout out to everyone that joined us there. But that is that channel. This is this channel. And we are here to talk about NXT. So NXT, obviously it's going through a change. That change does not start tonight. So if you are joining hoping to see the new NXT, then I'm afraid you're going to be a bit disappointed because it's not tonight that it changes. But it is on the way. It is on the way. And we'll have to change the graphics and we'll have to change the thumbnail. And it all looks like a big explosion of colour. Obviously, the new logo is doing the rounds. What I could actually do is, let's go to NXT and have a look at the new logo. I know that everyone will have seen it by now, but it's obviously one that splits opinion. So let me just grab the image and then we can have a look at it and I can share my thoughts. I've already given my thoughts on it. This is definitely one that splits opinion, though. So, the new logo is here. Here we go. So, that's what we're looking at for the new NXT logo. Now, what I would say about this is that I am a fan of it. I don't mind it. I know there's lots of people that don't like it, and that's cool. But I actually don't mind it. There's a lot of people saying that it reminds them too much of AEW. And I can understand that. But the only thing I would say is that the one thing NXT for me has always struggled with is the fact it's been so dark. Now, I think if you're going to go dark, you need to go even further than what they did. They've always been the black and gold brand. And when NXT actually first started, it felt like a lot of that inspiration came from Hazard tape. I remember seeing quite a bit of like Hazard tape and that kind of imagery. And over time, they seem to have moved away from it, and they seem to have just adopted black and gold as the colours. Now we've got to the point where they've moved to the CWC, and it's quite dark. You can't see much of the audience. They've put up plexiglass, which is fine, and they've put up a chain link fence, which is fine. But it doesn't go far enough. This black and gold, it's more black than gold. There's very little gold when you actually look at the NXT ring and you actually look at the ringside area. Like, they could have done a lot more. Like, if you want to go with black and gold, go with it. But get more gold in there. Like, it was so dark. The whole thing was so too dark. And not only that, like, the audience are hidden behind that chain link fence and behind the plexiglass. You just can't see the audience. So one of NXT's biggest factors, one of their big success points was the crowd interaction and the passionate fan base that NXT enjoyed. And it kind of feels like we've lost all that. I don't feel like the crowd are a factor now at all. At all. I just don't, they might as well not be there. So what this does is this kind of resets things a little bit. It moves away from that black and gold, which for me didn't really serve any purpose anymore. It brings some much needed colour in. We're hearing that there's going to be bright lights. What I would like to see is not a boring ringside area. The barricades being grey, the mats being grey. I want to see that change. I'm thinking like the ring aprons looking like this is going to look quite cool. Like, it's going to look quite fresh. So I'm into it. I honestly don't mind it. I actually think as well it kind of captures a little bit of Florida. Like, I look at that and I see the excitement of Florida in there, you know, with the theme parks and everything. It kind of captures where they're based as well. So I don't mind it. And I've seen people really laying into it, saying it looks like a child has done it. But yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's fun. It's energy. It's colourful. I'd much rather be seeing an arena based on this rather than an arena based on the black and gold. If you were going to do black and gold, put hazard tape up and really make it something. For me, they just didn't go far enough with the black and gold. They went quite far with the black, but they didn't really go... Oh, hello. Hello, we've got some drama with the background. They didn't go far enough with the gold, so... Hang on, look at this drama. It's all kicking off. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But what are your thoughts on it? Let me know your thoughts. Looking forward to NXT, says Red Devils. Dave said, I was just watching your twin, Football Day. I know that guy. Good guy. Yeah, looks like a really good channel. Really good guy. A lot of positive energy over there. So, yeah, it's good. I heard him say some nice things about me as well, so that's great. It's not being run by Triple H, says Lauren. It reminds me of SummerSlam, says Robin. Nickelodeon, said Blazed Radio. It looks a bit California 80s style, says Quinn81. It's going to be as bad as Raw, says Shola. AEW is going to be in Chicago for Dynamite Rampage, and that week will be great. Not bad, but not what I would have done, said J14. The ring is going to be covered with balloons, confetti, and piñatas, says Brad. Resting days to spring skiing, I think that was long. The gold was better, says Brian. Any confirmed matches for tonight? There could be. I mean, in all honesty, the card for tonight didn't look all that exciting. It's like Kyle O'Reilly and Duke Hudson. Like, I don't know if things are just a little bit on hold as we get towards the relaunch, but yeah, it didn't strike me as like this is an unmissable night tonight. Although Shawn Michaels says it's going to be huge. We've got Ciampa taking on Ridge Holland. We've got Duke Hudson and Kyle O'Reilly. We've got Johnny Gargano and LA Knight. Roderick Strong is not amused by Ikemen Jiro, so it looks like they're going to be facing. We've got Raquel Gonzalez going to be taking on Under Boober. So, yeah, it looks like Jessi is going to get a chance at Raquel. And we've got an interview with Samoa Joe. We've got Saray and Mandy Rose. Look like they're taking on Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. And we're going to be hearing from Ilya Dragunov. So we're going to be hearing from him as well. Did we get Meltzer scores? Did the Meltzer scores come through? That's interesting. I didn't even think to look. Meltzer Takeover 36. Let's have a look. Meltzer went, oh my god. Wow. I didn't know this. I didn't know it. Wow. Wow. How have we not spoke about this? So, Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter on the kickoff show. Not rated. Okay? I didn't know this news. Jason P, shout out to you. Hope you are well. LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes, 3.75. Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez, 3.5. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, 4.5. Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe, 3.5. Volta versus Ilya Dragunov, 5.25. In Dave Meltzer's world, that broke the 5-star rating system. A 5.25 from Dave Meltzer. For us to give it is one thing. For Dave Meltzer to give it is a different one. You know, I mean, he is kind of seen as the king of the star ratings. So for him to say that was not only a 5-star match, but it was over a 5-star match, that's big. That is big. Let's have a look at SummerSlam, shall we? See what he goes with for there. Big E versus Baron Corbin on the kickoff show, 2.5 stars. AJ and Amos versus Randy and Riddle, 3.25. Alexa versus Eva, dud. Damian Priest versus Sheamus, 3 stars. Usos versus Mysterios, 3.25. Becky Lynch versus Bianca was not rated. Drew versus Jinder, 2 stars for that. I mean, I must admit, that Drew versus Jinder came right after Becky and Bianca, and I just can't remember anything about it because I was in so much shock, and I was looking at the chat, and we were trying to. Not only did Becky come back, but she won the title. That Drew and Jinder, I mean, just passed me by, but 2 stars. Looks like I didn't really miss anything. Nikki ASH versus Charlotte versus Rhea, 3.75. Edge versus Seth, 4.25. I wasn't that high on it, to be honest. For me, Roman and John was easily match of the night. So Edge and Seth, 4.25. I wasn't that high. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg, 1.75. And then Roman versus John, 4.25. So officially, according to Meltzer, the match of the weekend was indeed Volta versus Ilya Dragunov. 5.25. Wow, they deserve it. They do deserve it. That is immense. That is really snuck by as well. I didn't hear that news at all. So that really has passed me by, snuck past me. But yeah, very good. Very, very good. I'm pleased for them. I agree. Robin813 says, Volta versus Ilya is the highest rated WWE match on Cage Side website. Well, you make a really good point. Is that the highest rated WWE match of all time? Because, of course, Dave Meltzer has famously only given 5 stars to about 20, 30 WWE matches ever. So for any match to get 5 stars is huge. But for a match to get 5.25, to say that it actually broke the 5-star system, I mean, I've got a feeling that maybe Andrade and Johnny did it. I think Johnny has actually broken past the 5 stars as well, Johnny Gargano. But that would, I think, put Volta versus Ilya not just as one of the best matches of the year, not just as the best match of the weekend, whatever, but I think that would honestly put it in the top 3 WWE matches of all time, according to Dave Meltzer. It would put it, I'm sure, in the top 3. If you just go by his ratings, it's a top 3 WWE match ever. Isn't that insane? TakeOver averaged 3.41. Johnny has done it 3 times. Yeah, I don't know how many times he's done over 5, though. Is there a way of quickly finding that? Meltzer, WWE, 5-star. Every 5-star Meltzer match. When was this compiled, though? I don't know. Roman Shawn doesn't actually say what he gave them. 5-star matches. Internet Wrestling Nerd. Let's go down. Number 7. Have they updated it to... Yeah, they have. Wow, fair play. 525. The last 5-star match that WWE had before Volta and Ilya was... The last 5-star match they had before Volta and Ilya was Volta versus Ilya. Meltzer gave their first match 5 stars. So they've had 2 matches, but one was 5 stars, one was 5.25. I bet they're praying that they don't do a third, because how are you going to top 5.25? Do you know what I mean? Tyler Bate and Volta, 5.25 from NXT TakeOver Cardiff. 5.25 for Bate versus Volta as well. This guy is just a 5-star match machine. 5.25 for Cole and Gargano. 5.5 Cole and Gargano. So that must be the top. That must be the top. There's no way you got more than 5.5. So top 5 then for Volta and Aliyah. Gargano and Andrade was 5. There was a multi-man match that was 5. Gargano Ciampa was 5. Yeah, it looks like 5.5 is the top. Amazing. But it just shows, doesn't it? I mean, that 5.25, so high. 5 stars. Yeah, very good. Very good. It's Saray versus Rose with Gigi and JC in corners. Meltzer loves big, sweaty Volta chops. I do as well. Volta is the new best bout machine. I loved that Bate versus Volta match, says Miss Clown. Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic, actually, that doesn't get spoken about enough. And revisited enough. But, yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. But he just, every time he has a match, he just always delivers. He just always puts on. They're always so brutal. And he always just puts on fantastic matches. So I often get asked who my favourite is. And I always say Roman and Volta. And, I'd say both are just continuing to prove why they're top of my picks. So, yeah, brilliant. Who knows? I can't wait to find out what the future holds for him. WWE have got, well, Triple H has got to be super high on him. I don't know about Vince. But, yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds. Have you heard about Saidu Moosewala? No, I haven't. Edward said, I give Cena Roman 5.2. That was my match of the week. Fair enough. PSG just signed 2 great players today. Meltzer is saying Brock versus Roman feud could be a slow burn towards WrestleMania, and Brock has signed an 8 to 12 dates, not including TV, and he is signed till 2023. Very interesting. Asuka versus Becky Lynch, says Brendan. Imagine what Roman versus Volta would get, says Liv and Zelina Stan. Oh, there's not enough numbers. There's not enough numbers. It would completely destroy the system. So, yeah, man, that would be a match and a half, man. If we could build Volta up to be this just really cool face, could you imagine if he just comes in, like, at the moment is beating up on people like Aliyah and people like Aliyah. But people are ready to cheer Volta. If there was, like, a big heel that was out of control, like, say Bobby just goes on a tear and he starts beating up the faces, and then the music hits and Volta's there. Do you know what I mean? People are going to go crazy for him as he, like, goes about on Bobby and maybe wins the world title or whatever. But could you imagine if we just build up Volta as this guy that just doesn't care, but he's there for the fans? And, like, he makes it clear that, you know, he respects the fans but doesn't respect anyone else in WWE. And then you've got Roman being built as this massive heel, just out for himself, cheating all the time, Usos getting involved, and then you collide the two. Oh, it's just money. How is Vince not seeing the money? The money. Oh, God. What would be your thoughts on a Keith Lee heel turn? I don't mind. I said this the other day. I just don't care. I don't care if he's face. I don't care if he's heel. I just want to use him on TV. I just think that he's so good that you could use him as a face. You could use him as a heel. I mean, to be honest, as a face, people aren't losing their mind over him. And also, with his promo style, salutations, everything. Like, no, come on. No. I know he's trying to do things a bit different, but that ain't landing with me. So I've got a lot of respect for Keith Lee. I really like him. I think that he is a great wrestler. I think he can do promos. I just wish he didn't do it in this stupid manner that he does them. Not a big fan of his ring gear, to be honest. I don't care about whether he covers up his body or not. I'm not interested in that. I just want it to look classier. His gear does not look classy. It's got like, bask in my glory, like just sewn on letters on the back. Like, I kind of feel like you could get much sharper looking ring attire. So I can't remember what his entrance music's like. It's been so long since I haven't heard it. But I think his music's okay. The fact I can't remember it is probably a problem. Probably means it needs to be improved. But his ring attire, if turn him heel and fix all these things, give him like better ring gear, give him a darker Tron, like give him like, you know what I mean? Give him some cool looking graphics, a cool heelish theme. And let's give it a go. It could be awesome. But I just want to get him on TV more, to be honest. I think for me is a face right now, and there's a lot about him that doesn't land. There's a lot about him that's not quite working. So let's do it. Can you see why that would be my match of the week and the year? Yeah, because you're a big Cena fan. Kevin said, did you do NWA Empower or 73? No, because it clashed with UFC and the boxing. So if there hadn't have been like the boxing this weekend, then we could have done 73, because I think that was on the Sunday. I saw that some of the results. I didn't see all the results, but I saw some of the results. And I'm really pleased for them. I mean, I really like them, so I wish them all the success in the world. But it just clashed with other things. I'm a WWE fan for a long time. It's a bit CDRY, and now I'm up on football. Can't wait for NXT tonight. Days, Braun Strowman, Lana, Ruby Riott, and Murphy are all free agents. Would you like to see each of them? Where would you like to see each of them? I'm loving what Ruby's doing with them videos, the runaway thing. I watched another last night of her, like, spray painting and, like, dancing in an alleyway, and it was all shot really well. It looked really cool. So, I don't care where Ruby Soho goes. I don't care if she goes to Impact, AEW, WWE, goes back to them. I just don't care. I think she's such a big talent. I just want her to get a job and get used again. The fact she's doing these runaway promos sort of suggests she is going to be used again. So I've got to think she's going to AEW. She would be a fantastic addition to that roster. So Ruby Soho, I'm really into her. Braun, I don't know if his heart's in it. I mean, he's getting into great shape. So maybe he is AEW bound. I think if he got into great shape and just tightened up on his like wrestling and was presented as a monster again. I mean, they were giving him train noises. Get these hands. I mean, get these hands never worked for me ever. Get these hands. It's an awful cat. Who talks like this? You're gonna get these hands. Who talks like this? It's just a stupid saying for a catchphrase, for a t-shirt. So I just kind of, it doesn't strike fear into anyone's hearts. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get these hands. Ooh. Going to get these hands. Ooh. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather he said, I'm going to smash your effing face in. Like, come on. You've got this absolute monster. Don't start. They were trying to make him like a fairy tale. I'm surprised that the catchphrase didn't go fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm going to poke you in the eye with my thumb. Like, you know, I'm surprised that wasn't on a shirt. So, yeah, it's just cringe. It was just awful. Awful. So, I think the train noises and the Strowman Express and get these hands and all this kind of stuff, just waffle. Marketing, waffle. That didn't do anything to get him over. Didn't do anything to make him a bigger star. And if anything, just made him more watered down. Like, he was better before all of that. When he first went solo and he was tipping over ambulances and stuff, that was really cool. He wasn't doing get my hands then, or get these hands, or whatever the stupid thing is. He wasn't doing that then. It was just like flipping over ambulances, not giving a flip. Well, he was flipping. He was giving a flip. He was flipping an ambulance. But I liked him as the Black Sheep as well, and the Wyatt family and all this kind of stuff. So, and the thing is, it's like, you can make the argument, well, it did get him over. You know, the crowd were into the getting these hands, and it worked with kids. Well, it couldn't have worked that well because they let him go. So it couldn't have worked that well. If he was bringing in like money and they couldn't afford to lose him, they wouldn't have let him go, would they? So I've got to say that it didn't work. It didn't land. They misused him. I just hope wherever he goes, if he wants to do wrestling, he gets booked a hell of a lot better than he was. Because I think his booking was some of the worst of the past few years, Strowman. If you think about how big he actually was. I mean, I've met him. He is huge. Like, he should have been, like, this generation's Brock. You know, why didn't they put Heyman with him? Why was Heyman not talking for him? Why not just have him standing there, like, you know, like, just wanting to fight? Just, like, don't have him standing there smiling with his arms folded. Just have him, like, gritted teeth, just wanting to rip into someone, and have Heyman, like, cutting a promo and looking a bit concerned that, like, Strowman's gonna flip or something. Like, you could really build him into this uncontrollable monster. You could have done so much cool stuff with him. Lana, I don't feel that same way about Lana. Lana, I think, was brought in for her looks and wasn't a wrestler, and she gave it a good go, but I don't know. She'd probably be happier doing Instagram stuff. Murphy, great talent. Was always going to struggle in WWE because of his size, but he'd probably fit in AEW, wouldn't he? But they can't take everyone. That's the problem. James Chadwick says, apparently, WWE has trademarked the name Von Wagner. Rumors is it could be for Volta, but I hope not. Von Wagner. Oh my god. Are they pronouncing it Wagner? Von Wagner. Oh my god. Like, I don't know if you ever saw that picture of Gargano in WWE in the Lederhosen. Because he was actually in WWE before. Straight away, I think of that when I think of Von. I'm gonna say Wagner. I'm guessing they would pronounce it that way. I want to find this picture because there might be some people that have never seen it. Was it Raw that he was on? Now I've said it, and I'm not gonna be able to find it. Am I? Might have been on SmackDown. In all fairness. Early Johnny Gargano. Let's go 2016, maybe 2012, maybe. Let's go early Johnny Gargano. There he is. God, he reminds me of flipping. He reminds me of Baron Corbin's younger brother. Here we go. When I hear Von Wagner, I think of Johnny Gargano, who competed as Cedric Von Hoosen. Cedric, look at this attire. And doesn't that look like, this is a blurry picture, but doesn't that look like a young Baron Corbin? That is Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano, a young Johnny Gargano stepping into the ring with MVP. It's kind of unbelievable as well, isn't it? If you've never seen this image, if you've never seen Johnny like that, then you might find it hard to believe that is Johnny Gargano, but I assure you it is. Here's another image. There he is. Hey, there he is. Poor guy. Poor guy. So, yeah, I mean, maybe they're bringing it back for him. Maybe they're bringing it back for him. Maybe that Von Wagner is going to be Johnny Gargano's call-up. Could you imagine if they did that as a prank? That would be the best. When he gets called up to the main roster, they should give him this costume and go, welcome back. Oh, that would be the best. That would be the best if they was to do that. Oh, that would be the best. A young and willing to do anything, Johnny. Days, they should have had Braun. That photo's from 06. Is it really 06? My God. I was searching like 2010, 2012. That's amazing. The Usos' brother has signed. He did. Yeah, we saw that. That's yesterday. It's amazing. Ben Russell, shout out to you. I would love for Keith Lee to be like a heel Mark Henry from 2011. Walter von Wagner. Days, things to note on the supply. Ronaldo got at Juve. No support from any creative midfielder. Awful crossing from players, except rarely will Man United give him these two things. Will Man United give him more support? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't comment because I don't watch Juve. So, I mean, you're telling me that the supply was rubbish there. I mean, we've got Bruno, we've got Sancho, we've got Rashford, we've got Shaw. Like, there's enough people around. Pogba chipping in with assists now. There's certainly enough people that are going to be able to get the ball to Ronaldo. So, yeah, he will get supply. How it compares to Juve, I just have to take your word that that was rubbish. So, would you have Volta dethrone Roman? It all depends on him. It all depends on what he wants to do. If he wants to be the champ and go around America and have a run with the belt, then you could definitely do that. But I don't think he wants to go to America. And as a result, I don't think it's right that he's the one to dethrone Roman. I mean, I really am looking at Finn Balor as the successor. I think Big E could cash in on Bobby, and I think that Finn could beat Roman. I'd be much more into that. Barcelona just uploaded a video saying, "Thank you, Griezmann. I think he has left Barcelona." I don't think that deal's dead. No, I at no point have I thought that deal is dead. I think that if Sal Niguez is going to Chelsea, which was reported hours before the window closed, so you've got to think they got the paperwork in time. Well, if they're going to have done that, you've got to think that one of the first things Barcelona and Atletico would have done was that got the paperwork in to at least show there's interest in sorting out a deal for Griezmann. So just because the window is closed, it's not that you've got to have the deal completed by 11. It's that they've got to have received paperwork by 11. So you never quite know, but it'd be the first thing you do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would send, if you send the paperwork in, you can always get in touch with them later and go, no, the deal fell through, so it's not happening. But you at least just get it in, because then you're covered. So, yeah, I think that I expect Sal Niguez to move, and it really wouldn't surprise me if Griezmann moves as well. I feel that Pete Dunne or Kyle will face Joe because LA Knight just isn't ready. Jaden said, I've heard reports that he's open to move into the USA. Retribution said there's 2 hours extension as long as the paperwork is in by 11. Kevin said, is the NXT UK the most prestigious championship because there's only been 4 champs? I don't think it's the most prestigious. I think the most prestigious is the WWE championship because it goes back to the 60s. And it's the title. Like, it's the one that's got its lineage connected to the Winged Eagle. It's the one that goes back to Buddy Rogers. Like, for me, the most prestigious is the WWE Championship. I mean, the NXT UK title will only grow in prestige the longer that it's around. And yes, if it's not being hot potatoed around, and every champion that holds it has a good reign, then yeah, it is a title that is going to have prestige, and it's a title you can say has got prestige right now. I don't think you could have booked it any better than it's been booked. I think Tyler Bate was the right person to win the first tournament because he was young, he was a relative unknown, and it put him on the map. Pete Dunne was then the right person to carry it long term after that, and they had a hell of a match at TakeOver Chicago. Then after Pete Dunne, Volta coming in. I mean, Volta's reign has been one of the best reigns in recent WWE history, so I don't think anyone would say that Volta winning it was the wrong call. So Volta winning it. Question marks over Aliyah, but Aliyah was the one that I always thought should be the one. I think if you have a 5-star match and lose, unless there's like someone else that's right there to take it that would be a better option, then you should get your rematch and there's a good chance you're going to win it. There was no one else that was really the obvious person to beat Volta for it. Whoever was going to beat him was really going to need to be on that NXT UK roster. And there's no one over there that I'm aware of that's ready really for that kind of responsibility. Aliyah has been in NXT UK for quite a while. He has already had one match with Volta end of last year that was a 5-star classic. We actually did the watch along on our members only stream, and yeah, for me he was the right person to do it. So I wasn't all that surprised when the title changed hands. I wasn't all that surprised, but it was still a big moment. You know, the end of the Volta title reign. And as we said, I think the first one-on-one match that he's lost. I don't think he'd lost a one-on-one match before Volta in WWE. So, do you think any other woman from NXT is ready to be called up to Raw or SmackDown? Yeah, I think there's quite a few that could go up. I mean, I don't know what more you'd want to do with Io Shirai. I don't know how much more you need to do with Dakota Kai. I mean, listen, if they're ready to call up Tegan Nox, who has done very little in NXT, has had 2-3 major knee injuries, has been out injured more than she's been competing, and they're happy to call her up and put her with Shotzi and have them as a team, then I have to say that the vast majority of the NXT women's roster is ready to be called up, because I think that Io Shirai is ready to go up. I think Dakota's been down there for a long time. You could make a move on Raquel Gonzalez. Again, just judging by the fact they've already called up Tegan Nox, I have to say I don't see really many skill gaps in Raquel Gonzalez. I think she cuts a great promo. The wrestling ability has never been important to Vince. Doesn't make any difference. As long as they're safe in the ring and they can go out there week after week and do something in the ring, he doesn't care. I mean, Raw and SmackDown are not known for 5-star matches. Do you know what I mean? That's not what Raw and SmackDown is about. You can have good matches on the show, and she's capable of a good match. So you have to think, as long as she knows where the hard cam is, and she knows how to interact with the crowd, how to pace the match, she's safe in there, she can cut a promo, she's got a character, entrance music sorted, they might want to tweak it anyway, they might want to tweak a name anyway. It seems like the pose on the edge of the ring is really important. Obviously, Raquel turns the belt the other way around and does that where you look at her back and she kind of looks over her shoulder. So they've got that sorted. So I think as long as you've got those little mannerisms sorted. I mean, think about Bianca skipping her way down to the ring, swinging her hair around and, all of that. That's the kind of thing that I think they tried to develop in NXT. Well, she's got that. So Raquel could go up, Dakota could go up, Io could go up, Candice could go up if she wasn't getting pregnant. You could probably, I love Zoe Stark. I really don't know how much more we need to do with her. I mean, she hasn't really had any feuds and she hasn't really got a gimmick. But I mean, you're just giving someone that can cut promos, can have incredible matches, has got like a decent like size to her. She's got like she's well developed. Like her muscles, you can tell she like just lives in the gym. So I kind of think like you could say to Vince, look, I've got someone really interesting here. What would you like, Vince? What would you like to do with them? Considering you're going to change everything anyway, what would you like to do with them? So yeah, I think there's quite a few that could get called up. Frankie Drip says Blaze Radio. EO should go up. LSW thinks that Zoe needs more time in NXT. What are you looking for her to get? I mean, I don't mind her staying in NXT. I'm in no rush for her to go up. But if we're calling up Tegan Nox, I have to base it off that. And I just think that... I just don't even know what Tegan Nox did, really, in NXT, apart from get injured repeatedly. And now she's found her way to the main roster. So... I don't know. I think if you can do it in the ring, you can cut promos. You are comfortable, like interacting with the crowd. You can pace a match. I mean, what else do you need? I mean, I think she's ready to go. She's on getting a lot of TV time. She's current tag team champion. She doesn't have a gimmick. That's the only thing that you would say is she doesn't really have a gimmick. She doesn't really have an angle. There's not really anything to get your teeth into, but I don't know if that's a problem. Just say to Vince, what do you want to do? He might make her like a kinky nurse or something. Do you know what I mean? He might love the fact she hasn't got an angle. He might make a kinky nurse or something, and then have her hang around with Kinky Kross. Days Oldberg versus Bobby will happen in Saudi. The one place that Oldberg will be cheered. Oldberg losing by a third straight loss. They could do Roman Oldberg at Survivor Series if he wins. Do you think Bobby will retain? Yes. I think Zoe could get the title at some point. Plus, she's not had any feuds, and she's not properly been featured on a takeover. A character does need to be developed, but that is just me. No, I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree that she would be fine to stay in NXT. I've just been really, really impressed with her. And I think if there's a need for women on the main roster, if they need to bring up like 5 women or so, I wouldn't have an issue with Zoe Stark being one of those women, to be honest. Because I must admit, I do think that part of the problem for me, just a little issue that's kind of shown itself over the years, is we get so used to watching people in NXT when they get called up and they sort of restart them, and then you have to like go through the process of them being built up again. It's kind of like we've just watched Karrion in NXT, but now he's gone to the main roster and it's completely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. Like everything that happened in NXT, he hasn't got Scarlett anymore. Now he's wearing a mask. And it's just like his undefeated streak was ignored. They wanted to tell the story about how he couldn't win, but Scarlett was apparently going to be that difference maker. No idea what happened to that, because now he's winning matches out of nowhere. So that you have to say, I said at the time I hated the loss to Jeff Hardy. When it turned out that it was because Scarlett was going to be the difference, I was like, I hate it still, because I think it's a fine story to tell, but don't do it with Karrion. Don't do it with someone that's undefeated already. Like, you've already got a story there. This is the undefeated NXT champion. We don't need to go down the road you're trying to make us to go down. So I wasn't a big fan of that story. And then, like, now they've gone, like, now he's winning out of nowhere. And they've put a mask on him. And all this kind of stuff. I'm so tired of, like, us watching people. And then they get to a main roster. And then we just start again with them. So I'm all right with Zoe not having like a gimmick down in NXT, because I'm fairly confident when she gets to the main roster, they're going to change it anyway, and they're going to give her something different. She might be known as Stark. She might be known as just Zoe. They might give her like some kind of, I don't know, any kind of gimmick. So I'm all right with people going up that we haven't seen, as long as they can do it in the ring. The problem that we've got is people like a Moss that has skipped NXT. They've done that because of his size. Like, if you saw him in NXT, you'd be used to him. But they've skipped NXT and just brought him to the main roster. They did the exact same thing with Braun Strowman. But the problem is, I don't think in the ring is all that great. As long as you can wrestle, as long as you're able to, when you get in the ring, you can do stuff. As long as like all that's sorted and your promos are good, then I think you're pretty much good to go, to be honest. I think you're pretty much good to go. And certainly if you've been around for a good 6 months or so. But I can understand why people want, say, Zoe, for example, to have a gimmick, have a title run, get comfortable, all that kind of stuff. But for me personally, I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know she's one of my favourite things in NXT. If she stays there, she's getting experience, but I don't think it's any more than that. I think she can go to the main roster and do a job right now. Io can definitely as well. Candice can. You might even make an argument that Indi Hartwell can. I mean, they've apparently been looking at her. So you could maybe make an argument that she could go up to the main roster and do something. Don't really feel like... I think people have been staying in NXT for so long because it was a bit of a third brand, whereas now it's developmental. And I think once you reach a point where you're ready, if they're ready for you, you should just go. Just go. Like, I'm quite down for seeing this new NXT and seeing how the relationship works with the main roster once again, and how long are people going to stay in NXT for. It's going to be quite interesting to see. It's going to be quite interesting. Johnny said Adam Cole is going from WWE. I hope he doesn't go to AEW because they can't use him because Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and then Bray Wyatt. What do you think? If I was him, I'd stay in WWE. I think the contract will be more money, which is better than it being for less money for him. So more money is better. Of course it is. WWE's reach right now is greater. I mean, they brought in CM Punk and they got a 1.3, maybe 1.4 with DVR. Raw gets 1.8 and SmackDown does over 2. So the reach that WWE has got is greater. I'm not saying AEW won't get there. I'm just saying that right now, WWE are in pole position. I'm not sure there'll be any AEW fan that disagrees with that. So I think the reach is there. The other thing as well is that if WWE want you, there's no guarantee that they will want you in 2-3 years time. So if he's got an opportunity at the main roster, there is no guarantee he will get that opportunity again. He could go to AEW and have a career-ending injury and never get to WrestleMania. I think if you've got a shot at the main roster and a shot at WrestleMania, if you're a wrestler, that's got to be of interest. I think he would want some guarantees that he's not going to be used in silly storylines. I think he'd want to sit down with Vince and say, look, this is what I'm about. You need to know what I'm about. I'm about this. I'm about what you're doing with Roman. I'm about those stories. I'm not about dripsticks. I'm not about lily dolls. Like, that's not going to work to use me that way, and it's not going to work with my fan base. Like, that's not what my fan base is into. If you can give me assurances that you're going to book me, and I really need this to be, like, in writing, but if you can give me assurances that what the feuds are going to be, and that if you can book me, help me get an idea of what now to WrestleMania is going to look like. You know, even if in like a year's time he's sitting in catering or something and it's all falling apart, as long as he's only signed like a 2-year contract or something, then he'll be able to leave WWE and go to AEW. Will take him at any time. His relationships with AEW are rock solid. So he will be able to go there anytime. I've got no concerns over that. So if I'm Adam Cole, I'm thinking this might be my one opportunity to get to WrestleMania, to build my brand. Because don't forget, the exposure that he's going to get being in WWE means he's going to reach more people. That's huge for his social media. That's huge for his merch sales. That's huge for his brand, because he is a brand. Each wrestler are their own brand. It's all big for him. So if he's got assurances from Vince that he's not going to be used in a stupid way, and he knows that, I don't know, maybe he's going to win the Rumble and he'll fight for the title at WrestleMania. Like, I have no idea what kind of assurances Vince is making. But Vince can do anything. Vince can turn around and say, I see you as the Rumble winner, and I want to use you in the title match at WrestleMania. Give me the pen. Give me the pen. Where's the pen? You're going to pay me more than AEW. You're going to have me win the Rumble, and you're going to have me go for the title at WrestleMania. I mean, I have no idea if those conversations are being had, but they could be, because apparently Vince is quite high on Adam Cole. So, and Adam Cole, you know, we know the Adam Cole baby is over with the fans. We know the fans love Adam Cole. His matches are great. His promos are great. He is sort of like this generation's Daniel Bryan in a way. He's very likable, relatable. He's very popular. People, you know, it's easy to see that WWE see something in him, and we know that AEW do. So if I'm Adam Cole, I'm signing with WWE. And then after a couple of years, it's only a 2-year contract I'm signing. After a couple of years, I'm going to see how I've been treated. And then I can make a much better educated decision then. I might have done everything. I might have won the Rumble, been to WrestleMania, done everything I wanted to do. Well, now I'll go to AEW. And guess what? I'm an even bigger star now. Because I've just been used on TV for 2 years. So I'm an even bigger asset for AEW. So that's even better for AEW. So to me, it's a no-brainer. I think right now AEW is a product that's on the rise. But I do think they've got a lot of people. I mean, there's a buzz around CM Punk. There's a buzz around Daniel Bryan. How does Adam Cole fit into all of that? I'm sure they'll find a way. I'm sure they'll find a way of having Adam Cole featured. But, yeah, I mean, he's going to get lost in the shuffle. And you could argue he'll get lost in the shuffle on Raw or SmackDown. But if Vince is going to make those kind of assurances that he's going to use him right, to me, it's a no-brainer. You go to the main roster. It's the biggest thing in wrestling, in sports entertainment. You know, the history, the lineage of that WWE championship. I'd go there. Adam Cole is this generation's Shawn Michaels, says Anthony. Anna said other promotions would be tempting to wrestlers with the opportunity for creative freedom. Vince is well known for making assurances and then reneging on them. That is true, but this is why I think you'd want it in writing. It's all well and good for Vince to sit there and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I would want that in writing. If he turns around and said, you are going to be my WWE champion within 12 months, I want that in the contract. I mean, the ball is in Adam Cole's court. It's in his court. Like, he can do what he wants. He can walk away from WWE, go to AEW. No problem whatsoever. And he'll get paid a great wage, and they'll use him really, really well. There will be some creative freedom, but they can't guarantee creative freedom to everyone. You know, otherwise you're starting to get like WCW. And creative freedom is something that all wrestlers want. They want to, you know, win every match they can, get super over and everything, and not do anything they don't want to do. So every wrestler would love creative freedom. I think you give that to CM Punk. They may have given it to Daniel Bryan in order to secure his services. They may be offering it to Adam Cole, but I don't think Adam Cole is as big a deal as Daniel Bryan, or certainly not CM Punk. Like, the Adam Cole one is quite interesting because in my eyes, he is a good addition, but he is not he's not the same level as Daniel Bryan or CM Punk. He's got great potential, and to us fans that watch each week is huge, but he's nothing to the casuals. He doesn't move the needle. I mean, he's been on NXT. Look at the ratings they've been getting. So he's not that big of a deal. So I don't know how far Tony Khan would be willing to go. I think Vince would go quite far just because he knows AEW wants them. But this all comes down to those negotiations. And honestly, without being in that room, I don't know what's being said. But if I'm Adam Cole, I'm staying if I'm getting those assurances. But you are right, Anna. I mean, like, Vince will say anything, like, in order to keep people around. But yeah, I'd want that in the contract. When Vince says Rumble, he means Battle Royal on Mania kickoff show. Days, what do you think when do we see the changes? Probably in a couple of weeks. Days went from saying move the dial to move the needle. Harley said Volta is only 34. It's not like he's a high flyer. With his style of wrestling, he could be going to the late 40s. I think Volta would be my pick to dethrone Roman. WWE isn't talent hoarding anymore. Don't think Adam Cole needs the creative freedom. He can make whatever he's given work. I don't know about that. Give him Lily. Let's see how he does with that. Dragunov versus Seth, Finn, AJ, Zayn, Owens, Priest would be great. Days on this day, 42 years ago, Pat Patterson won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time. The infamous tournament in Rio de Janeiro to crown the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Pat Patterson, I believe, was the North American champion. And we saw him like a few weeks later, and he was claiming he went to a tournament in Rio de Janeiro. And that was for the South American Championship. And apparently what happened at this tournament was the North American and the South American championships were combined into the Intercontinental Championship. And so now, not only did he represent North America, he represented South America as well. And that was the genesis of the Intercontinental Championship. And that was, 40-odd years ago? I've seen that promo, actually. I can't remember when. It might have been when Pat Patterson passed away. They showed the promo of him talking to, I think it was Vince, telling the story of that. And of course, that tournament never actually happened. He will rejoin the Elite. He doesn't need creative freedom if he just hangs with them, says Nando. Silent Yoshi says, Lily and Adam is a dream for me. Bobby versus Randy at Extreme Rules. Could be. Right, where are we? We've got 5 minutes to go. What would your thoughts be on a Volta versus Joe program? Not really into programs for Volta. I just kind of think he needs to come in and have one-off matches, be a killer and go. I don't want him to really be someone that sticks around. I don't want to overexpose him. So don't need to see him week after week after week. We haven't been seeing people. I mean, think how over he is right now. Think about how popular he is right now. Bringing him into NXT and overexposing him, it's not going to make things better. So I mean, I would have him. He could face Joe and destroy Joe and put Joe in hospital and something along those lines. And then if you want to do a rematch, I wouldn't do it for months. I wouldn't do it for a long time. I'm not interested in there being a match and then on the next week's episode there's a bit of back and forth and then it sets up another match and it's just like this never-ending awful like feud. Like if you're gonna do it the way they did Aliyah and Volta. So you don't have to wait as long, but think about like that feud. I mean, technically it is a feud because they've had 2 matches, but the first match was all the way back in like October of last year, November, October time. And then the second match has been in August of this year. I'm much more into them doing that with Volta rather than like any kind of, normal program that you would see. Big Boy Dally, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Good evening. Burn it down. Where are the milk slices? The Milk Slices. That's my new backing band, Wrestling Days, and the Milk Slices. Days with Damian Priest being 38. Do you think that lowers his chances of being a big star? Nope. We didn't even bring in AJ Styles till he was, 42, 43. So, and that was back in, 2016? And he's been around for 5 years now. So I think Damian Priest being 38 is no problem at all. Kevin said, what do you think of Trevor Murdoch winning the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship? Don't mind it. Definitely had people talking. Brings the end of a fantastic reign for Nick Aldis. But yeah, I don't know. I like Trevor Murdoch. I think it's... I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I suppose in a way Trevor Murdoch is deserving of it. Is he the right person to end the Nick Aldis reign? I don't know. I wish it was someone younger and someone that had like a long, bright future. I don't know that that's Trevor Murdoch, but I suppose in a way you can't say he doesn't deserve it. Right, I need to change the TV over. The TV is still not changed over because I just literally ended the football stream and started this one. So I'm going to just need a minute to do that, and then we will be back with our NXT coverage. Right. Should be going live with it in a second. Let's turn it down a little bit. We're still at commercial break, so we're not missing anything. I knew John Cena. Days was John Cena all along. Right, here we go. We are going over to the show right now on BT Sport 1. We are NXT, says James Chadwick. Tonight, we're in the Capitol Wrestling Center. What have we... I can't remember what we're starting with. They did announce it. Mandy. It's different music. I thought it was going to be the... So, slightly different music. Maybe they changed it on the main roster and I just can't remember. Is there a wrestling event on tonight? Indeed. Do you think Nick Aldis should move on from the NWA? I don't know if he can. I mean, like, there's been Bruce Pritchard said some pretty unflattering stuff about him. I don't know that AEW are that interested. I mean, they probably should be, but I don't know that they are. And I don't know if NXT are. Bruce Pritchard didn't seem impressed. I don't know what his options are. I feel like he's got a great relationship with Billy. I think he loves the prestige of the NWA. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Suppose in a way it doesn't really matter what Bruce Pritchard thinks, does it? It's all down to what Vince thinks, but we know that Bruce Pritchard's in Vince's ear. Definitely has got influence. Sorry, is it? Sorry. Hey, sorry. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. Sorry. Baby, I got your money. Hey, sorry. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry, sorry. I love that song. Have you noticed she's been on NXT for weeks? Who, Mandy? Yes. She hasn't been used all that much, though. I think the rebrand of NXT will be on September 14th, which is the date of Indi Hartwell and Dexter Lumis's wedding. In my opinion, hello Jim, the Nick Aldis Trevor Murdoch feud is the modern day Ric Flair Dusty Rhodes feud. Harley said, I think Volta could give Baron Corbin a 5-star match. Him and Sheamus or Roman would be 6. Austin said, every time she comes on, I expect Days to sing that song. Hey, Austin. Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. Austin. Baby, I got your money. What if the NXT rebrand involves Richard Simmons? That would be nice. Who's going to win this match? A woman. Well, it should be Saray, shouldn't it, really? Mandy Rose. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Mandy Rose. I mean, I bet Mandy Rose doesn't quite know what's happening with Mandy Rose. I can only imagine they had nothing for her. And NXT were like, well, we could do with a bit of experience. Mandy is doing some push-ups on Saray. Disrespectful, that was. Disrespectful. Did Bob Ross paint the NXT logo? No, because there's no happy little trees. I need to go, so can you do the hit row thing? Hero, hero, hero. There we go. Greatest. We were talking about the greatest factions of all time, and hit row didn't get mentioned. Weird. Looking for Fisherman Suplex? No. She's got her up. Looking for a DDT? What are you looking for, Saray? Oof, Bridges. Went for a pin, but only gets a 2. Blaze Radio said, I miss the sexy muscle friends. Shola says, Mandy got buried. Brony said, they should have repaired Mandy and Sonya. Absolution. Days, can you wear an Austin 316 shirt and sing that tune? I don't have an Austin 316 shirt. Is he started selling merch, has he? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if he's got his own merch shop now. Can you do your Macho Man impression? What's going on? Can you do the hit row thing? Can you do the Macho Man thing? Guys, come on, let's just watch NXT. Oh yeah, dig it. Elizabeth. So much fun to do, innit? I'm pretty sure every wrestling fan at some point has done a Macho Man impression. If you haven't, I don't even think you're a wrestling fan. Could they be saving Adam Cole for the draft? Could be. Jim said, I read that John Cena apparently said that Cardi B would make a fantastic wrestler. I got this from the latest PWI magazine, so take it for what it is worth. Days, you should start a podcast with a different guest, says the Donut Fox. That sounds more like the Kool-Aid Man. Wow, fun fact, they were actually the same thing. So, Jake Paul has tweeted that he's now coming out of retirement by saying updated statement coming out of retirement. I'm glad I didn't miss that. Thank you, says Harley. Thank you, Harley. Can you do a Bonesaw impression? No, because I've never seen the film. Come on, Puppet Days. Do what the community tells you. It does feel that way, Anna. It does feel that way. Brony said, I miss the old NXT crowd. I think a lot of them are still there. They're just hidden behind plexiglass and chain link fence. Kept up by Mandy. We're all cheering for the Japanese girl. Yeah. McLean said, John just wants to see Cardi B in her wrestling gear. So Mandy has got a stretch on Shirai. Let's go, Shirai. Let's go, Mandy. Let's go, Shirai. Oh, she's doing the worst thing. Mandy is stretching out Shirai, and she just went on the hair like this. Oh, what a heel move. The worst wrestling move ever. Nice. Lovely stretch applied. Days, check out Bobby's MMA videos. He'll rip the flip out of Roman in a real fight. He's an absolute killer. Wrestling Based said, imagine a fatal four-way between Asuka, Kairi Sane, Shirai, and Io. Burn It Down said, I'm supporting Mandy. Why aren't we seeing Dolly and Bob? We don't really need Dolly and Bob. They were like our support blanket, weren't they? Probably need them for Raw. But we don't need them for NXT. This is a good match. Shirai throwing in some big strikes. And again. Mandy goes down to one knee. Did we ever get an update on Otis and Mandy? Was there ever any update? Mandy just went to a different brand and it was like never spoken of again. Against the ropes goes Shirai. I mean, I was so invested in their relationship that I really do need to know what the latest is. It's a nice drop kick. Oh, look at JC Jane. Wanting a towel. What are they trying to do? What are they doing? The Gigi and JC Jane are shouting. They've got Mandy Rose. They've put a towel over Mandy Rose's face and they're leading her away. So Shirai wins. Well done, Shirai. Looks like she's been in the sun a little bit. She broke her nose. I don't think that was botched. I think that's the way that match was planned to go. Sacking Arteta would be like taking the arse out of Arsenal, says Febin. They probably didn't announce the breakup publicly, as most famous people do. Otis said on the bump a month or so ago they broke up. Oh, did he? Oh, I don't watch the bump. Right, there we go. I told you Mandy would lose, says Burn It Down. That was the same ending as the Eva Doudrop match. Just seeing a replay here. Boom. Oof. Mandy dumps to the outside. Sonny, shout out to you. The ref is Leon Ruff's wife. Oh, Mandy got a boob. Oh, did Mandy break her nose? Oh, poor Mandy's nose. Oh, someone get a towel. Oh, I like how Beth Phoenix is wearing an Index shirt. That's cool. Beth Phoenix very much believing in the power of love. Right, we've got Ciampa backstage. Look at his arms. Look at his arms. Ciampa said, Timmy and I have been around long enough to know that you can't win them all. Imagine Roman versus Brock versus Bobby. The week after the draft, Mandy said she won't let it split them, but Vince really is too good. He says, I'm going to dedicate this ass whooping to good old toothless Timmy. I'm the most dangerous man on the planet. They're always throwing chairs around backstage. Don't think it needs it. Kyle O'Reilly against Duke Hudson. Coming up next. Coming up next. Kyle O'Reilly faces Duke Hudson. Next. Here we go. NXT. The new logo. Color, baby. Color. Fresh. Energy. Vibrant. All things that the wrestling universe are scared of. So that's why it's been getting mixed responses. A lot of the wrestling fans out there can't cope with fresh, with new, with change. Change scares the internet wrestling community. So, yeah, there's been a bit of a backlash. But I like it, man. I like it. Blaze Radio said, Little Timmy takes the place of Little Jimmy. Daze, why aren't you the voiceover guy? I don't know. More chair abuse. Mandy dumped Otis. Otis got so depressed he shaved all his hair and now he started dating Chad Gable. Anna said, did the person that designed the new NXT logo design the Spurs kits? Shola said, it sucks. Jim said, I was surprised that Mustache Mountain didn't win the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Anthony said, what happened is Otis fell in love with Gable. The Donut Fox says, I want the metal NXT, but this is good too. Let's see how it goes. Edward says, yes, but it's because of Brock Lesnar returning and the match. That's why that match is my favourite. Right. The new NXT logo looks lame, says Jim. I love the chair throwing, says Zachary. Days, I want the 2021 version of Seth Rollins and Roman to go at it before the end of the year. The fam is back tomorrow. Edward, shout out to you. Paz says, I feel that Wade Barrett is going to attack Samoa Joe. Well, that would be a talking point if he got up and attacked him. NXT had better keep their pay-per-views with metal music. I think it's going to hip-hop. I mean, the music that's used there isn't metal, is it? It's hip-hop, so I think it's changing. I think change is coming. Just embrace it. Don't be scared of it. Mark says, how can people say the new NXT logo sucks when it hasn't even started? Let's wait and see. Miguel said, the new logo reminds me of AEW and their paint splatter. Big Boy Chugs says, Mandy dumped Otis. Otis got so depressed he shaved all his hair and started dating Chad Gable. Last thing, Days, I love Miz and Morrison. It's so funny. You need to watch it. Oh, Miz and Mrs. Otis fancies Lily, says Ben. McLean said, it's going to turn into classical music. Listen, that works for Volta. And it works for Macho Man. And it works for Ric Flair. I don't want to say that all of them are only successful because of classical music, but it's hard to deny it. Here is Duke Hudson. This guy's all right. He reminds me a lot of Wade Barrett. A lot. Tall. Arrogant. Look at the smirk on his face. Kyle O'Reilly. Duke Hudson. Days is the tribal chief of England. Oh my god. Why has it gone so small? Oh, I think that'll do, won't it? I think that'll do. I'm pretty sure people could... Is it even the right way around? Hang on. Oh, we've got a situation. It won't even let me select it now. There it is. Is it the right way around? No, it's upside down. Brilliant. There we go. That'll do. There we go. There's the latest match right there. Duke, you might be able to zoom in, I'm not sure, but Duke Hudson versus Kyle O'Reilly. That is our next match. Duke Hudson looks like Days. He wishes. I've learnt that wrestling fans hate hip-hop and they love metal. At least some of them do, says LSW. Jensen, the best, says Duke Hudson, is an absolute talent. Duke is Days when he grows up. Volta is the best wrestler in wrestling today, says Voldy Spoon. Days Hudson. Days Hudson. That's me. Yeah, that is me. Just chilling out in the ring. I'm about to smash Kyle O'Reilly here. Days is botch him. What a boomer Days is. Straight up. Vanilla Midgets are back again. There I am, look, in the corner, chilling out. Days Hudson. Right, Hudson against Kyle O'Reilly. We're already 20 minutes into this show. First match was all right. And Kyle O'Reilly's got wrapping bandages all here. It's that, is it rock tape or something? Kicks coming in by Kyle, and Hudson has got Kyle O'Reilly backed into the corner. Right arm coming in by Kyle. Hudson going in and kicks to the midsection, and Kyle O'Reilly doing well against Duke Hudson. Hudson, of course, we saw coming out of that breakout tournament. So they must have high hopes for him in order to put him in there with Kyle O'Reilly already. So I think they have got high hopes. Is that what you look like with your hat off? Yes. Just like that. I'm wearing that ring gear as well underneath all this. Will Mandy get a nose job now? I don't know. Do you think that that's something she's thinking of doing? We need Bibi Childslayer versus Hornswoggle. I think her face was bleeding. That's why they covered her face. I think that ending was the way it was meant to go, personally. Are you... oh, it's gone. I didn't know what it said. Hudson should have won the tournament, says Austin. Days, are you definitely sure that you do not want to go on a date with my 34-year-old cousin? Yeah, I don't really do. I don't really date boomers, to be honest. So, you know... Tell her I'm flattered, but she's just not my type. Do you know what I mean? She's unfortunately, she's either, she's quite old, right? Because I'm 21. But the other issue is that she's not, you know, I might make an exception if she was like hitting 70, but she's not. She's still a long way off that as well, so she'll understand. She'll understand. Apparently, she is going to wear a face covering. Is she? Who? Mandy Rose? I'm guessing we're talking about. I think we're having like lots of different conversations here. Where is William Hensey? Says Sonny. He was around. He was around. Boomers United. I'd support them. I've got Edward in my Fantasy Premier League. He's 6.5. What is the best drip steak moment in WWE? I have no idea what that means. I'm okay with white chocolate, but definitely not in a donut. Okay, big statement there. I've never had white chocolate in a donut. That sounds nice. Hey, that's really interesting. I've had donuts when you bite into them and there's a milk chocolate filling. I've never had one with a white chocolate filling. Don't tell me you've got that in America. Oh my God. A donut with white chocolate, like gooey white chocolate in it. You can get donuts that have got jam, custard, and you can get chocolate ones. I've had them. Don't ask me where you get them from, but it's one of our supermarkets. But it's always milk chocolate. It's never white chocolate. Mind blown, man. Mind blown. I'm not sure how I feel about the new NXT logo, but I do know that I can't wait for the revamp. I hate donuts with the feeling in. Why are you eating donuts that have got feelings? I hate donuts with the feelings in it. Well, yeah, of course, because if you bite into it, the donut's going to go, ah! Isn't it? Oh, it hurts! Why have you done this to me? Ah! Yeah, you definitely don't want a donut with feelings. I thought we were friends! Oh! Why are you eating me? What, you're a donut? I know, but I haven't got anyone else. Oh my god, and then you go on a guilt trip, do you know what I mean? And then you'd be like, oh my god. And then you'd probably end up putting it down, and then it would just be like, the pain. You'd be like, well, what do you want me to do? I can't eat you, because you're getting upset. It's making me feel really bad. But now, like, I can't leave you because you're in pain? How do you kill a donut? I don't know how you kill a donut. Do you stomp on it? Oh, it'd get messy, wouldn't it? It would really get messy. I don't know what you would do. I totally understand why you wouldn't want a donut that's got feelings. I totally understand. Like, it would be a completely different world, wouldn't it? It's one of those little, like, I say little. It's probably not that little of a change. It's quite a big change. Like, a food having feelings is quite a big change. But I think it would definitely change things. I think a lot of people would stop eating donuts. But then there'd be some sickos that actually enjoy it more. Biting into, and they'd be like, ha 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 ha. You know, like LSW. Just going around eating donuts all the time, making them suffer. Oh, I wonder if it would become illegal. 'Cause we don't like seeing things suffer. So I wonder if, like, eating... Oh, do you know, you've opened up a whole conversation that I was only interested in white chocolate. And now we've gone... Do you know what I mean? How do you kill a donut? You'd have to stamp on it. You'd have to. But what if it didn't die? And then it's like, oh my god, you've made it worse! And instead it's like flat like this, going, ah! You're like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, I couldn't cut. Honestly, I'm getting stressed out just thinking about it. I don't know what I would do. Does the UK have drip sticks? They may do, honestly. They may do. I've never looked for one, to be honest. I kill flying insects just for the comedic amusement, says Mouldy Spoon. Kieran said throw it in the bin. If it's screaming and suffering in pain, you can't just throw it in the bin. Because instead it's going to be like, oh, I'm in the bin now. I'm in so much pain. Oh! And honestly, you're going to be there going, oh my god, just die. Oh my god. And you're going to be feeling so guilty. It's not as easy as just throw it in the bin, is it? Oh, I'd feel awful. Oh my god, I'd feel awful. Oh, I'm so glad this isn't the world that we live in. Diego said raspberry-filled donuts are tasty. Is that like raspberry jam? Days, what are you going to get him? What? I don't know. Lick the sugar. This is just a chat full of future diabetics. Maybe burn it! Oh, I'm on fire now! You've taken a bite out of me! You've stomped on me! I've been thrown in the bin and now I'm on fire! Oh! I'd be like, oh my god! How are you even making this noise? You don't have a mouth? Oh. Would it even burn? Would it even burn? Can you burn a donut? Drown it? I like how we're talking about different ways to kill the donut. Burn it, drown it. Mouldy Spoon said, my dream job would be a donut doctor. Oof, that is a dream job, isn't it? topping it back up with chocolate or raspberry or whatever's on the inside. Days once had a whole box of donuts in a stream. True story. Yeah, that is a true story. Well, I mean, there was only a little box, wasn't it? It was the little mini donuts. Oh, God, could you imagine if all of them were screaming at me as I was eating them? Horrific. Stab it, freeze it to death, bury it alive. Oh, God. What is this community? What is this community? Honestly, if I bit into a donut and it started screaming, my first thought is, how can I save it? Not how do I make it worse. Bury it alive? Oh my God. There's a video on YouTube called How to Kill a Donut. Is there really? Kieran said, if I was screaming, I would take it the doctors. Yeah, but you know what would happen? I bet as soon as you walk in, it stops screaming. Could you imagine that? You walk into the doctors, you book an appointment, they're like, what is it? They ask, what do you need to see the doctor for? And if you go, my donut. My donut? What do you need to see the doctor for? My donut. They'd be like, okay. And they're like, here it is. Then you put it on and it's not screaming and you're just standing there looking at like the receptionist and you're all just looking at a donut on a plate. And then the woman would be like, it's all right. We'll get someone to see your donut very soon. Thank you. Whoa. I tell you what, I'd love to see that. I don't feel like there's a comedy show in there. I feel like there's a sketch show in there. Kyle O'Reilly driven into the corner. I'd feed the donut to the ducks. Says WrestleBased. Maybe that is the right way forward. Just keep ploughing ahead. Kyle O'Reilly in the corner, belly to belly, suplex. Kyle O'Reilly thrown across the ring. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Kyle O'Reilly. Acknowledge this match. I'm acknowledging it. Do you think Nia tortures donuts? Yes. I think Nia tortures everyone. Do you lot think that match was... I was getting mixed responses. I did the video on it, asking the question. I had some people saying, nah, Nia just botches everything. It wasn't a shoot. She just botches everything. But then I had people saying, yeah, it turned into a shoot. Haven't actually heard anything official about the Nia Charlotte match and if it had turned into a shoot or not. Duke Hudson with a big boot. Kyle O'Reilly moves out the way. Dragon screw on the leg. And Duke Hudson feeling that. Ducks can't have donuts. They'll die. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So now you've got a screaming donut that's being ripped apart. And now you're feeding it to ducks. And all of a sudden the ducks are going to go... And the ducks are going to... You're going to be left now with a pond full of ducks, dead ducks, just floating everywhere. And you're going to be like, this is I only wanted a donut. All I wanted was a donut. And now I've got a pond full of dead ducks. Oh, my God. PW Insider have reported that it was a shoot. Kyle O'Reilly with a submission, getting the victory. Not a bad little match, this. Not a bad little match. Kyle wins. Duke Hudson grabbing hold of his leg. Imagine a UFC fight between a cupcake and a donut. Days, I hate donuts. I do now. After all this, I do. Shamar said Griezmann has re-signed with Atletico. Ducks being murdered by donut. Whatever next. Awful. Acknowledge the donut. I'll think twice before eating one, I can tell you that. Kyle O'Reilly getting the job done. Here's Aliyah. Aliyah hobbling backstage. Still showing the effects. We're going to hear from the new NXT UK champion. But remember when Hudson was on Raw? Yeah, someone was saying that he used to be I can't remember his name. But wasn't he in that tag team with Shane Thorne? Right, Ilya Dragunov. Milk slices are better than donuts, says Blaze Radio. Ilya Dragunov. Will we see Volta now? All this donut talk is making me hungry. I can't wait for the Chucky series, says the Donut Fox. I'm sorry, it was my idea to feed the ducks, but what if something then eats the ducks? I just don't know. Brandon Vink. Brandon Vink. Yeah, I think Duke Hudson's better than Brandon Vink. Better name. If you thought donuts were bad, what about cookies? Listen, there's nothing bad about cookies, let me tell you. We've had ghost bananas, and now we've got ghost donuts. This was all just a typo. Yes. All of this is Austin's fault. Days, would you put yourself through a match between Eva and Nia, and it's a 1 hour Iron Man match, but the loser left WWE? Well, I just watch the... Well, I'd probably be watching. Yeah, I'd probably have to watch, wouldn't I? Because it'd be part of a wrestling show. But, yeah, we'd watch it. Because either way, there'd be celebrations at the end. Thug Donuts. No, Days. We won't see Volta. We'll see Von Wagner, says Mark Clark. Hayden, shout out to you, says bananas are the best fruit to eat. What do you think that happened between Charlotte and Nia? I think that there was frustrations. I could see it. I mean, did it turn into a shoot? I mean, I don't think it turned into a shoot fight. But I think there's moments where a few frustrations got took out. I think there was like some moves that didn't quite go to plan. I mean, it could be some botches, and it could be... The bit that stands out to me is the bit where like Charlotte's pushing out at the face of Nia. Like, that seems quite real. And so I actually think there are some moments where there's like a little shoot moment. But the whole thing doesn't like fall into a shoot fight. But I think there are some frustrations shown. But, man, it'd be fascinating to see what was said backstage. That slam was painful. I mean, she seemed to really land over on her shoulder. The way she goes down, she kind of comes down right on her shoulder. It was the talk of Twitter for a bit after, definitely. Right, we're 35 minutes in, and we're going to hear from Ilya Dragunov. What's this? Heritage Cup #1 Contenders Tournament. Nathan Fraser. Days, if a cookie started screaming at me, I would just get the Cookie Monster. How many beanies do you have? Probably about 5, something like that. What's your opinion on supermarket treat selection? The one that serves donut, flapjack, shortbread, and much more. Don't really have one. I don't really have an opinion. I like donuts. Flapjacks are all right. Brownies. I never really have flapjacks, brownies, or shortbread. But to be honest, if we were going to get anything, we would get cookies. We've always got. Well, I say always. We haven't had them for a while, but normally we have like cookies in the house. But we don't right now. We don't have donuts. We don't tend to have any of that kind of stuff in the house, which is good. I'm trying to cut that out of my diet because I sit here a lot, so munching on that kind of stuff is not good for me. Here we go, look, Index shirts. There's one there for Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett chucks it into the crowd. Ah, look how upset Beth Phoenix is. Annoyed. Alicia Taylor announcing the new United Kingdom champion. Ilya Dragunov. Unbesiegbar. Here comes Ilya. Hobbling. He's trying to do this as he's coming down, but he's hobbling his way down. I mean, look at him, man. He's got like a mark above his eye. He's hobbling down to the ring. He's got the belt, but at what cost? At what cost? He looks like a completely broken man. Here we go, Ilya. How do you watch the live show? It's on BT Sport. Austin told me he was going to break into your house and take all your beanies. Oh, I can believe that. Here is Dragunov. His selling is great, says Brony. Arm in the air, clenched fist. Ilya Dragunov. Look at that above his eye, man. The gash above his eye looks awful. It's going to be interesting to see what he's got to say. Is always an interesting promo. I think there's a lot of love and respect for the NXT UK Championship. I like how it's treated as significant. You deserve it is being chanted by the crowd. I love that belt. Before I go home, I want you all to see that I'm still alive. He tapped out. He tapped out. I'm not alive. I feel more alive than I ever have before. Are we going to see Volta? I feel like a man that just survived the biggest, most intense battle of his life. That's because you did. I like it here. You will see me soon again. I have shown what it takes. I'm really enjoying this promo. I like how he said, I enjoy it here, and you will see me again. Who is willing? Who is willing to go through all of that to take this away from me? That scar. The ring general has fallen. Long live the Tsar. Doesn't hit the same as ring general, does it? I do like that. I like how he said, I like it here, and you will see me again. Really puts over that he's a big deal. He's telling the crowd, you will see me here again. But it is time for me to go and rest. There are many battles ahead. It's cool. I like him. All right, we've got Kaylee Ray. Let me tell you something. Kaylee Ray is on screen right now. Aliyah is a bloody madman. Your future self is spying on you through your memories. Okay. Dragunov deserves the belt, even though Volta almost got 1,000 days. Kaylee Ray said NXT needs someone to inject a little bit of life into it. There's a lot of talent coming out of Scotland, isn't there? Like Drew and Nikki Cross, and now Kaylee Ray. Got to shower, be right back. I think Trent Seven will take the championship from Dragunov, says Jim. I knew if it was shady when Nia didn't ask Charlotte if she wanted to blow the roof off. I discovered the song "You Don't See Me" by Kane. I know you appreciate good music. Wow, I must have heard it. Every time their albums came out, we had them on in the shop. But I can't think of that track. I don't know, was it on their first album? Which I think, if memory serves me correct, was called Hopes and Fears. Could be wrong. Power is back on for now. Oh, you're having a bit of technical difficulties, Austin. Might be the donuts. The donuts might be attacking you and attacking your home. Big Boy Dally said Dave Mastiff should become NXT UK champ at least once. Sonny said, I've killed 4 wasps today. Not sure where they're coming from or even how they're getting inside. David Hall said, I like 6 donuts on the wee wee joke. I like the 6 donuts on the wee wee joke. I have no idea what that sentence means. We are at commercial break. Yes, we are at commercial break. Check it out. Rise of the Donuts. They should have let Volta get to Bruno's record. Yeah, come on, guys. Why didn't they have him beat that 7-year record? Dragunov put Volta in the Krankenhauser. Do you think Riddle sees those donuts when he's high? I wouldn't be surprised. Charlotte was just mad her Lily doll was on back order. Ben said, if I weigh 99 pounds and I eat a pound of donuts, am I 1% donut? Yes. I think you're 1% donut right now. LSW said donuts should be spelt donuts. Do you think Riddle... Oh, we read that one. You put donuts on your Wii... I don't even know what's happening anymore. I don't know what's going on in the chat. What is going on in the chat? I can tell you what's going on the wrestling. Nothing, because we're at commercial break. But we do have a few things to look forward to tonight. I mean, I think it's an alright episode. It feels like a stopgap to me. This just feels like a... Let's record something whilst we build towards the change. And maybe a bit of uncertainty of what's coming and... Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, not really anything essential tonight. Days, I heard that Dana Brooke is pregnant, says Johnny. Teddy Long has announced that the Donuts are going to face Undertaker at Extreme Rules. Can we have Nia in a rematch? Well, someone said, and I don't know who, so no shade, but I honestly can't remember who, but they said that Charlotte was made to face Nia because she didn't want to face Alexa and do, like, any silly stuff. So they had her face Nia instead. And I don't know if that played a part or... I don't know. It might be people just speculating. I'll be very interested to hear what Meltzer has got to say about it being a potential shoot. I don't know if there's a video of Meltzer saying anything on that subject. Or not. Meltzer... Charlotte. Talking to Carmelo Hayes. What was up with the Charlotte Nia match? There is a video from Meltzer there. Ooh. Right, we've got... So there is a video to watch. Let's see what Meltzer's had to say on it. Elektra Lopez? Oh yeah, I forgot that from last week. Right, we've got Legado del Fantasma getting in the face of Carmelo Hayes. Elektra Lopez looks great with them. She looks great with them. And it's really cool to see a group that's got a woman in. I mean, Hit Row have got that. But she definitely brings another dynamic to this team. Santos Escobar saying to Carmelo Hayes, stay out of my business. Interesting. Imperium in action now. But Dave, someone keeps deleting my comments. Tell them to stop. It might be YouTube. It might not be a person. Perhaps your views are just so outlandish that even YouTube won't allow them. Why is Spider-Man so popular? No idea. No idea. Stupid. Scrawny. There's nothing to him. What's this? Drake Maverick and Grayson Waller. What the hell is this partnership? Grayson Waller looks literally like Drake Maverick's older brother. They look the same. Oh my god, he is so annoying. He is so annoying. Even Drake Maverick is getting annoyed. They should have introduced him as his brother. So Drake Maverick and Waller. Oh my god, I'm getting like Mojo Rowley vibes from Waller. Just from, not from how he looks, but just how annoying he is. Waller and Maverick versus Imperium. He looks like Joe Rogan. Is he a boxer? He's definitely got boxing shorts and hands wrapped. Are they wrapped or are they in gloves? It might be gloves. Looks a little bit like his hands are wrapped. Yeah, they're gloves. Clothesline. Waller goes down. Drake is his dad. If you call Spider-Man stupid, I'm going to get Queen Lorelei. She already knows how I feel about Spider-Man. He's stupid. Scrawny, isn't he? Scrawny little idiot. What is Waller wearing? It's like boxing meets basketball. It's boxing ball. He's wearing a boxing ball attire. He's a boxing baller, guys. He's the world's first boxing baller. Jumps over the top. Underneath. Against the ropes. Kick out. Big kick. It's good work by Bartel. I was never really a fan of Spider-Man, says Shark de PR. Voller, more like Volta, get it because they are facing Imperium. I wonder if Angel Garza ran out of roses. Where the flip is he? Spider-Man, a.k.a. Peter Parker, is a scientist and a school straight-A student. He can't be stupid. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. Boring nerd. I'm not cheering for a nerd. Stupid nerd. I want my superheroes to be cool. I want them to be people that I aspire to be. I don't aspire to be a nerd. Stupid nerd. Why didn't they call him Spider Nerd? Spider Nerd. Spider Nerd. Spider Nerd. Reads books like a lame-o. In comes Waller. I love Batman, says Shark de PR. Yeah, Batman's cool. He's not a nerd. What's wrong with nerds? You're not a nerd, are you, Sonny? The Hulk is a scientist. Nerd. They should call him the Nerd rather than the Hulk then, because he's a nerd. The channel is now an Elektra Lopez stan channel. Win for Imperium. We're all nerds. We watch wrestling. Pfft, you might be a nerd. I'm a cool wrestling fan. I'm not a nerd. Daze is a nerd. He wears beanies. Pfft, nerds don't wear beanies. They wear glasses. Geeks are better than nerds, says Shola. Daze, what are your thoughts on the opinion of conspiracy theories about how AEW is owned by Vince and eventually he will buy it? I think they're virgins that are just coming up with virgin theories. They need to get a life. Actually spend some time on talking to women. That's what I think. Imperium in the ring. Oh, here we go. Look, we got Johnny Gargano and Indi Hartwell. Here's Dexter. He says, you've got to quit doing that, because he just kind of sneaked into the room. He's walking behind him. What's this? Just be normal. Oh, she gives a little. Gargano against LA Knight. And Johnny's like, just be normal. Just be normal. Dexter Lumis. No. No. Gargano versus someone. LA Knight. Days, who's your favourite NXT star at the moment? Birdwoman. I can't remember her name. She was on last week. No, I like, who do I like? I like Volta, of course. I like The Way. I like The Way. Samoa Joe's cool. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Volta, but I don't know if he counts because he might be NXT UK. So, maybe Zoe Stark. I love Zoe Stark. Indy touched his butt. Dexter Lumis has been North American champion, right? I don't think so. I can't picture him with the belt. There's a picture of Days Hudson on Twitter. Ah, brilliant. There needs to be. It's exactly what the world needs. What there are some pop vinyls. Are these new? We've got a new Shawn Michaels. Shawn in DX attire. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Shawn Michaels DX. That is a GameStop exclusive. What the hell is that? Oh my god, it's The Rock! Do you want to see the weirdest pop vinyl ever for WWE? This is a Walmart exclusive, and I will go on record to say this is the weirdest WWE pop vinyl ever. Look at that. I mean, I don't know if you think that's cool or not. And I don't even know if the camera's going to zoom in on it. But it is The Rock. Come on! Stupid phone. Let's try and turn it around this way. Has that done anything? There. Isn't that weird? It's part of the art series. If you smell. Exclusive at Walmart. Interesting. It's interesting. That pop sucks. Sucks. Did you tweet it? Who tweeted it? I didn't see who tweeted it. It was Miss Clown 1. Right, here's... I don't know what this... Ridge Holland, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, Jumper. I hate this group. No, I just don't feel this group at all. I don't know what it is about the English. Just can't cut a promo. Oh, what's going on? They're attacking Shirai. Right, what's happening now? Is this Gargano and LA Knight? The way. It's time for the way. Hey, the way. Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. The way. Baby, I got your money. Here comes Johnny Gargano, Dexter, and Indi. There's no Candice around. He goes to do that, which normally Candice would be there, or Austin in the past. Theory, and Dexter goes to do it. Indi's like, oh, come on, do the thing, do the thing. Johnny wrestling. Is he the most important person in NXT history, do you think? Oh, look, them two doing the little thing. I love it when Indi started doing that. Dexter and Indi doing the crawl thing together is brilliant. I love that. She's been great, Indi Hartwell. She has been absolutely brilliant, like, as part of the way. She was nothing before this. Like, she was on the roster, but she might have had a few, like, matches on her own, but... What happened to Austin Theory? I miss him. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? I don't know where he is. I think he was meant to be going to the main roster, but I would love to see... I love the way. I don't know why they don't just call the way up to Raw. They're fun sports entertainment. They're great for Raw. Actual good sports entertainment. What's thoughts on the NXT logo? I don't mind it, bud. I really don't mind it. I think that it's... people say it's a bit similar to what AEW are doing, but... I mean, in all fairness, the logo isn't. So I think, yeah, as long as that is going to be used for the arena and it's all going to be bright and it's not going to be dark and there's going to be color and it's going to have some energy, I think it could work. Indi staring at Dexter. You should grow your beard until you get to 250,000 and then shave it. Renee Young should name her daughter Renee Old. Or Renee Younger. All species on Earth get more starlight during the day than at night. Theory was okay as a Seth disciple. I hope they do something good with him, says Big Boy Dally. Blaze Radio said LA Knight. They should give him a kinky cross match. Noel said Duke Hudson's Raw name was Brandon Vink with Shane Thorne. Should they be an NXT tag team? Also, did WWE release Shane Thorne? I don't think they released Shane Thorne. I don't think Slapjack got released. Old Slappy Jack. Let's have a look. Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne, currently signed to WWE. But no idea what they're doing with him. I mean, the whole Retribution thing was just an epic disaster. So, yeah, no idea what they're doing with him. Just living in catering right now. Would I put them back together? No. I actually think Duke Hudson's got potential to be NXT champ. He reminds me a lot of, like, Wade Barrett. And he can cut some great promos. And, yeah, I mean, it's going to take a long, long time. But I can see him getting there eventually. He's got a great height. He can wrestle. He's got good promos. Just need to give him some good feuds. Gargano looking for the Gargano escape. Regia Productions says Theory versus Von Wagner before SmackDown starts on Friday. Is that true? The new logo looks like a preschool deadhead designed it, says Unbroken 1010. Big Boy Dally said Retribution was good. It's the best faction ever. Mustafa's reveal as the leader of Retribution was their best moment for me, says Let Him In. What is Austin Theory? Please explain. Is it related to Big Bang Theory? You've got to be a nerd to understand Austin Theory, so you won't get it. You won't get it. I mean, I'm not a nerd, so I don't get it either. But Spider-Man gets it. Chants from the crowd of Johnny Wrestling. We've got Johnny Gargano in there with LA Knight, with Dexter and Indi on the outside. Chop coming in by Johnny Gargano. Days, if NXT is now considered a third brand and not developmental, I don't think it is. I think it's the other way around. I think they're trying to consider it developmental again. Regia Production said Theory had his match last Friday. I was there. Who did he face? Who did Theory face? Regia Productions. Mustafa's reveal. Surrounded a city 4 hours away. Almost had a tornado. Against the ropes goes Gargano. We've got LA Knight over in the corner. We've got Johnny Gargano down. So, yeah, we are, as I said, this NXT is a weird one. It just doesn't feel, like, essential. Through the ropes goes Johnny. He's certainly got the crowd on his side. We'll get the halftime scores as soon as we go to commercial break. I'm not sure how far off that is. Doesn't feel like it's going to be that far off. But I don't know how far off. Days, you are a wrestling nerd. But everyone here is a wrestling nerd, so don't worry about it. That's right, Ben. Oh, look, we've cut over Indi just staring at Dexter. Okay, LA Knight thrown back into the ring. 6.4. I've got a theory. Austin Theory will answer Damian Priest's open challenge. Is he doing one of them again, do we think? If I was him, I wouldn't. Backfired yesterday. He ended up in a triple threat. Will Daniel Bryan debut at All Out and add himself to the AEW title match? Here we go. Look, Johnny going over. Knee to the side of the head by LA Knight is up. Shoulder tackle. Johnny Gargano goes down. Austin showed me what the Big Bang Theory was about. I am a hands-on learner. I have to be shown things. Okay. William, shout out to you. Halftime scores. Let me show you what people think of NXT then by requesting halftime scores. I hope Damian Priest can help me confess my sins. Theory faced Von Wagner. There's a video of it. Thankfully, Von Wagner isn't Volta. Oh, so we've already got Von Wagner. Let's have a look. Who is it? Von Wagner. You say there's a video? It might be Cal Bloom. I mean, I found... Isn't that Cal Bloom? Hang on. It would be great if that would focus. Do you remember that Cal Bloom guy that they called up? And there, look, WWE, Von Wagner. That was a year ago, look. 1 year ago. 1 year ago. That is the closest that I've got to a picture of Von Wagner. I wonder if, let's have a look at let's have a quick search of Cal Bloom and just see if he is also known as that. Cal Bloom. Cal Bloom. Cal Bloom. Early years. I think it's Cal Bloom. I think that we might have solved the Von Wagner thing because I've got a video here of Cal Bloom and something that says Von Wagner. Why would that say Von Wagner? Why would that say, and it has a picture of Cal Bloom? I'm going to show you Cal Bloom so that you can see who we're talking about. You can't really see it very well from that picture. But there in the center. Can you see the middle person? Well, of course you can because he's huge. That is Cal Bloom. And that is who I think is going to be, just looking at this, I think that might be who is Von Wagner. Now, I don't know if he'll go to the main roster. Apparently they had high hopes for him. Just over a year ago, he was on Raw doing stuff. And apparently they had high hopes for him. But maybe not. It's interesting. So there we go. Might have solved it. 5 out of 10, says Ben. Brony, 6.25. Legend Killer says 6.5. 7 says Butterspark. 9.7 says Brendan. 6 says Diego. Brony says 6.25. Brandon said 9. Dark Angel says 1. 6.5 says Austin. 5.5 says Regia Productions. It looks like the same guy in that video as well. Oh. Well, there we go. There we go. I mean, it could end up to be someone different, but I think, you know, I'm feeling quite confident that it's going to turn out to be Cal Bloom. But just because he's got that Von Wagner name doesn't mean that he's going to the main roster. They might end up using it in NXT, so he could be about to arrive in NXT. Davey Boy Smith Jr. had a dark match on SmackDown with the crowd in July, so why hasn't he been on TV yet? Don't know. Perhaps they're still working on where he's going to go and what his music's going to be like and all that. Jason said 6. Adrian says 6.5. Butterspark says both are the same. Mr. Williams says 6.9. Alex Bliss Gamer says 7. Legend Killer said, I'm watching NXT. Legend Killer, shout out to you. That's now one of my favourite parts of the stream. Is he related to Matt Bloom? Cal Bloom is, I believe, related to someone. And it could be Matt Bloom. Let's have a look. Son of Wayne Bloom, Beverly brother. That was it. Boo Beverly. He's actually the son of one of the Beverly brothers. So, there we go. So he is the son. How cool is that? The son of one of the Beverly brothers. He was on Raw. I'm sure he was on Raw. I mean, I've got pictures of him taking on R-Truth from main event. SmackDown. He was on SmackDown. This wasn't that long ago. This was just during the pandemic. Actually, at the Performance Center. Johnny going for a pin. There he is on SmackDown. Cal Bloom about to take on Sheamus. Kick out again by Gargano. And I was just looking. I don't know if I managed to download that other picture. I had a picture of him and his dad that I was just going to show there. There we go. That's his dad, one of the Beverly brothers. So that's him and his dad. So, yeah, I mean, my guess is that he is going to be Von Wagner. What a name. Where do they get these names from, man? Where do they get them names from? Kick to the midsection by LA Knight. LA Knight goes down. Johnny jumps on, looking for the Gargano escape. Is trying for the Gargano escape. Oh, it's almost on. No, reversed. 2. Kick out by Johnny. Big strike by Johnny, and LA Knight goes over to the corner, charges over, dumped to the outside, top rope enziguri. How's the match going? It's all right. I mean, the action... Oh, Johnny falls into the arms of Dexter. Indy's loving it. LA Knight was charging over at Johnny, and Dexter Lumis just staring at LA Knight. Johnny pushing LA Knight back into the ring. It's a bromance. I don't know what this is. Look, Dexter's doing this. He wants Johnny to do it back. Johnny does it back. Oh, distraction. Oh, and he plants Johnny. LA Knight 2. 3, LA Knight wins. There was an awful bromance moment going on, and it's resulted in Johnny losing. Look at Dexter. Dexter's like... Yeah, I mean, that hasn't gone well at all, has it? That hasn't gone well. Johnny's been planted and beaten. LA Knight wins. Do you remember when we were playing Name the Jobber? Yeah, that was good. We haven't seen jobbers in forever, though. Indy's just going... I do like these. They are fun. In all fairness, if you're going to have a little moment where you're going to be an idiot and do like the little hand thing, you probably do deserve to lose. He gets planted. LA Knight is being booked quite well. Brony said, that was fun. Mr. Williams said, Days, if donuts are sexy and I'm eating a donut, do I become sexy? No, you become fat. Jason, shout out to you, my friend. Right, we've got MSK backstage. They're going to William Regal's office, think they are. Yeah. Hello, fellas. Come on in. We want to give Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan a chance at the titles. The way is easily the best thing on NXT, says Austin. Okay, Regal said, if that's what you want. Thank you. Yeah, MSK are excited. They've got their match for next week. And that's, we go to commercial break. Yeah, oh, not bad. 40 minutes to go. Is it just me, or have we not seen much of MSK since they became champions? Sonny says, ooh, MSK. Donuts are the new black in fashion. Great hats. Days, where is Timothy Chalamathacher? Timothy Thatcher. He is selling an injury, I believe. Dexter Lumis has got the best facials. It's all in the eyes. Regal looks like a proud dad, says Ryan. I want to see Damian Priest, says Josh. He's on Raw now. I haven't heard Days say hit row, so this must be a good NXT, says Sonny. Dark Angel said, I'm just not comfortable with all this donut phobia that's going on. Well, deal with it. Hope you go far in life. Heaps of support. Jason Retro Wrestle, shout out to you. Thank you for the kind words. Leland says, hello, Days. What crowd name chanting is best, Goldberg or Volta? When fans are chanting their name, I would say Goldberg. I think Goldberg's is legendary, isn't it? Goldberg. But we've been hearing that since the 90s. So it's kind of iconic now. Thatcher went to DMD's office to get some more teeth. Days, can you check my tweet? It's more art that I have done, and it's a Manchester United player. I will check it out after, yes. Oh, just went out of focus for a second. I lost my focus, guys. I lost my focus. John Costello, good night to you, my friend. Good night to you. We are at commercial break, and I don't know what we've got when we go back. I'm not sure what else is left to come, to be honest. I don't even know what Dynamite's got for us tomorrow. I haven't seen any reports of that, so we'll have to have a little snoop on their Twitter account. Let's have a look. See what AEW has got in store. AEW. I can confirm that Adam Cole has got no cavities. Look at that. 5 hours ago from Britt Baker. Look at that. Adam Cole with his dentist. Sexy dentist. Sexy dentist. This is the brand they want to fix. Raw is fine, says Fate Ross Fate. Well, unfortunately, judging by the ratings, yeah. Right, what have we got? I'm always tranquilo, but on Sunday, at All Out, you will know my worst version. I am here to humiliate, respect, and everyone has got to work for Andrade El Idolo. Here we go. Tomorrow on Dynamite, we hear from CM Punk. CM Punk's on the show. So we hear from CM Punk. FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. Brian Cage versus Powerhouse Hobbs. JR interviews Chris Jericho. The Elite take on Lucha Bros and Jurassic Express. We also get Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans and Tay Conti versus Penelope Ford. So that's what we've got tomorrow. Quite stacked. Here's Tian Sha. Mei Ying competes next week. Mei Ying, spooky boomer woman. Face-painted boomer, Japanese woman, competes next week. Ah, she's going to get out of her chair, is she? Mei Ying, boomer woman, is actually going to compete. Fun fact, Brock threw the Universal belt at Vince after Mania because the match he suddenly remembered about Vince and Sable storyline. Here's Frankie Monet. No underboober this week. God damn it. God damn it. So we've got Jessi Kamea. Jessi versus Raquel Gonzalez. Here we go, Raquel Gonzalez. The NXT Women's Champion. It's been a good little fight, this. I don't expect Jessi to win it, but she could be a future champ. She's got a good size to her, Jessi has. And a wonderful wardrobe. Absolutely wonderful. All Out is this Sunday. Brad G says no underboob. Yeah, no underboob. Hayden said, I can't wait. I'm going to watch AEW All Out. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the thumbnail and all that. It's a nightmare. Okay, so Raquel going over, talking to Frankie Monet. So, Raquel, Jessi's quite tall. She's up there with Raquel, height-wise, getting driven back a bit. My gosh, her back is magnificent. My God. Here we go, suplex. She's got her up in the air. Ooh, she kind of over-rotated, but landed on her feet. Oh, straight to the back of Jessi. Picks her up. Wow. She's got a... Wow, look at the strength. And she's going to drive her into the corner. Wow. The strength it would take to pick up someone the size of Jessi and be able to do that. Jessi trying to fight back. For the thumbnail, I should just put a donut. We'd know what it is. Slam down. We've got... Well, underboob are in trouble. Underboob grabs the ropes, pulls herself out. Oof. Can you see my comments? Because they're not showing. Oh, well, I can see that one, Christian. Who do you think will take the belt from Raquel? I'm not sure. Could it end up being Frankie Monet? I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I don't think she'll have it for all that long, but I could see her having it till early next year. Nice kick by Jessi. Going for the... She's got the leg. Kick to the back. Elbow drop by Jessi. Jessi kicked out against the ropes. There's lots of spin attacks. Drop kick by Gonzalez. She scoops up Jessi, slams her down. Jessi getting right back up. The pace to this match is insane. Oof. Drops her over that top rope. It's not like it hasn't got a nice finesse to it. Oof. Enziguri kick by Jessi. Whoa. She turns Jessi inside. This feels like a real scrap. These two are doing moves to each other, but because of the pace of it and the fact that it's a bit, like, sloppy. 1, 2, 3. She puts Jessi away. Felt like they were really, like, going at it at times. I mean, not like Nia and Charlotte, but that was all right, that was. Hard hitting. 2 big women just going at it. She told me she wanted to... Botch finish, says Austin. NXT is starting with the Magic next week. Here's Ember. I'm trying to enjoy my birthday. Kaylee Ray wants to run her mouth. She wants to make her name off me. But she's never been in a ring with anyone like me. Ember says, can you pass that message on for me? So, Kaylee Ray against Ember Moon. Potentially next week. Next up, we've got Samoa Joe in an exclusive interview. I like sloppy and blotchy sometimes. It adds some realism. All of these cookies are going to make me sick. Are you munching on a load of cookies, Sonny? Here comes Kaylee Ray. That was decent. Ember Moon versus Kaylee Ray will be good. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't know is, does this new version of NXT just literally carry on with what we've got now, but just with the different... I don't know. I can't quite get my head around it. Because they seem to be setting up a few things, like, certainly for next week, which makes me think next week's going to be more of the same. But maybe after that, I don't know. Do they then announce we've got a whole new NXT coming? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to say. That's weird, isn't it? Look. Imagine every woman is being groomed for Nia. I ate one full package last night. Well, I'm just going to leave that there, Sonny. I'm just going to leave that there. Well done. Well done. Well done. No, I'm pretty sure William Hence is going to have plenty to say on that. New NXT starts September 14th. So it looks like they're building some matches for next week. And then, I don't know, what happens next week? Do we just finish those little matches off and then say next week we've got the relaunch is coming, the rebrand is or what? I don't quite know. It's hard to know what to expect, isn't it? I'm happy there's going to be a new NXT, says Shaquem. Days, I'm looking forward to CM Punk versus Darby Allin. I'm a big fan of Darby Allin. I'm a very spiritual man, you see, so it's going to be a very spiritual fight, that one. Days, if someone like Aliyah, would you be worried about getting eventually released? Well, I think everyone should be worried about getting released, to be honest. I don't think just Aliyah. Fabian said if Drew was still with 3MB after that Adam Pearce botch, Vince would have probably instructed to use the Mackin Fart as his new finisher. And Broken said, you realise the serving size on labels is sketchy. Who eats 3 cookies? Then you end up eating too much fat. I eat the whole pack as well. If ever we get a pack of cookies in, I eat the whole pack. So, who is just getting a pack of cookies and enjoying one and going back a few days later for no one's doing that. As soon as that pack's open, they're going. Tell you. That's why we don't have them in the house anymore. You say it best when you say nothing at all. 3MB Drew was better than current Drew, says Austin. I had 15 cookies, and I've got 5 more to go. How big are these cookies? Because that is a concern. Like, the ones I have are, like, this big. Like, I'll have, like, 3 of them. But 15? 15? They can't be that size. Because if they are, then you've got a problem. You've got worms. 15. Me too, says Shaquem. Cookies are my weakness, says J14. I need to leave for 3 minutes. No problem. Who doesn't eat more than 1 cookie when you buy a pack? I know. No. I'm ice cream. I'm the same with Ben and Jerry's. If I open a pot of Ben and Jerry's, I'm not just scooping out a little. That pot is going. If I open a cookie thing and have the bags going, pretty much the same with anything. There's very little that I can open and not finish. So, yeah, when it comes to ice cream, when it comes to cookies, when it comes to donuts, all this kind of stuff, if I'm opening them, they're going. Right, we've got Samoa Joe sitting down with Wade Barrett. Let's see what's said here. A lot of people think that my expectations lie in dominating my opponents. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. I want to look for a picture of a donut with white chocolate in. That's still playing on my mind. He's talking about how he didn't get to go in with the luxury of a full camp and he was holding trials to find the next superstars. Oh, they do exist. They don't look amazing, but I'll show you. It's not much fun me looking at a picture and not showing you what I'm looking at. These don't look great, but oh, I'd love to try one. White chocolate filled donut. I'd like to try that. I didn't know such a thing existed until tonight. That's a big learning curve for me. This is a big life moment, knowing that exists. White chocolate filled donuts. Oh my god. Remember when Michael Cole used to do these kind of sit-down interviews? Yeah, these are good, aren't they? They're kind of by the edge of a ring. I think it's like a backstage training ring. And Samoa Joe's just talking about what's next, and he said who on the NXT roster is going to step up. I said it didn't look great, but I still want to try one. Right, what now? Diamond Lane. Roderick Strong against it's that jacket guy. There's a couple of guys here with Diamond Mine. The what? The what brothers? The Creed brothers, did he say? What are cookies? I've never had a cookie. You've never had a cookie? I wouldn't even know how to answer that. We showed a picture of a cookie the other day. The thumbnail for All Out could just be a picture of CM Punk in wrestling attire with All Out written beneath it. That's true. That's true. That would probably do it, wouldn't it? Ikemen Jiro. Have you had an Italian pasty called the... No. Upper challenge. I accept. Ikemen Jiro. Right, Ikemen Jiro in a yellow jacket with his own face all over it. That's a great jacket. They should... Mattel right now. I hope they're looking at this. Look at this. Ikemen Jiro has got a jacket on, and it's yellow, bright yellow, and it's got his face all over it. Big clothesline. Look at Ikemen Jiro with that jacket on. That's cool. This dude will be competing for the 24/7 title very soon. Ooh. Hip toss right onto the edge of the steps. That looked nasty. That looked really nasty. That looked nasty. His hair is awesome. New members, yeah. Diamond Mines suck. They do suck. Roderick Strong grabbing Ikemen Jiro. Stomping away. I've got that jacket, said Miss Clown One. I wonder if I can find a picture of it. It might have gone onto Twitter, but I doubt it, to be honest. Twitter. Ikemon. Has anyone got a picture of Ikemen Jiro's jacket yet? Diamond Mine. Stretch by Roderick Strong. We only got 20 minutes left of this week's show. It's been okay. Yeah, it's been okay. Nope. NXT. Jiro charging over to the corner. Throwing in a forearm strike. Is up on the middle rope. Gets hurled down. Roderick Strong stomping away on Ikemen Jiro. I mean, I'm expecting Roderick Strong to win this. Yeah, no pictures. Pete Dunne's contract expires in a few hours, says Anthony. Pulling back on the arm. When is the logo changed? People are saying the 14th, so not next week, but the week after. Anna said it's been a fun show tonight. None of these 4 members will interfere in this match. This is basically 1 versus 5, says Ryan. It looks like a banana. Who did Man U sign? Ronaldo. They're probably not really brothers. Jiro still battling away. Roderick Strong back up onto his feet. Big forearm strike by Jiro. Clothesline turning Roderick Strong inside out. Strong going back into the corner and Jiro coming over, hurling Roderick Strong across the ring. Roderick Strong charging over. So that's nice. I like that. Springboards, moonsault. Small package. Kick out by Strong. It's weird that he's still wrestling with that jacket on. Yeah, it's kind of his thing, in all fairness. It's kind of what he does. Knee strike by Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong looking for a suplex. Straight across the knees. Tonight is Mandy Rose's first match on NXT. Ghost Banana has become human, says Nofri. Ghost Banana just got beaten by Roderick Strong. Yeah, wow. We've got Giro down, defeated. Even though his jacket might be happy and smiling, he isn't. He lost to Roderick Strong. Ikemen Jiro's jackets are on Google. Type his name and scroll down. Is this one he's wore before? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised if it is. Ikemen Jiro. Jackets. Roderick Strong said, Kushida, that title is mine. Ikemen Jiro with a smiley face jacket. Don't know that there's a great image. Hello, look at this. We've got Caden Carter, Kacy Catanzaro, Io Shirai, Zoe Stark. This girl's my best friend. There's Ikemen Jiro's jacket. That is quite a jacket, isn't it? So that's basically what he's just wrestled in. That's a picture from before. You can see that's actually when the Thunderdome was being used in there. Kacy Catanzaro and Caden Carter against Zoe Stark and Io Shirai. Zoe Stark goes to do a fist bump, but Io's walked away. Right, I'm guessing this must be our main event. Tommaso Ciampa versus Ridge Holland. 15 minutes to go. Ciampa versus Holland. These cookies are horrible. Okay. You know, the corner of that step really did go into his rear end. Days, check DMs for cookies. What, for the size of them? I don't have any. Beth Phoenix said it was the main event. Ridge versus Holland versus Ciampa. Is Kacy and Caden in this episode? They've just done a little backstage thing setting up for next week. My question is copyrighted. All right, you'll have to ask a different question then. Days, I can't wait for AEW Dynamite Rampage on Friday and All Out on Sunday. I love Io's attitude. She doesn't like anyone, even her own partner. I like that team. I like that team. They're cool. This show feels very uneventful. Other than the way stuff, everything just feels like matches. Sort of like Raw yesterday. I agree with that. This main event is going to be off the charts. AEW All Out. What are you most excited for? It's got to be CM Punk, hasn't it? It's got to be CM Punk. So, yeah, I mean, do you think that Lashley's title run has been a little bit boring? Yeah, I think it could be a bit more exciting. I'd say it's been a little boring, yeah. Who did Man U sign? Ronaldo. Okay. Yeah, I think, are they that size ones? The Packer cookie ones? Yeah, you can eat 15 of them. That's easy. I thought they were the bigger ones. This has been rawful, said Shola. Ricky, good night to you. Is anyone excited for the Chucky series? How many times are they going to play the Selena Gomez Olive Garden commercial? I have never seen it. We do not have the Selena Gomez Olive Garden commercials in the UK. So I feel like I'm missing out. I've been to Olive Garden once and it was fine. It wasn't amazing. I just had a decent plate of food and it was fine. So that's my review of Olive Garden. That's what I would say if they asked me to do a commercial. I'd be like, I've been to Olive Garden and it was fine. You might like it. Give it a go. Olive Garden. They should do that. That would be brilliant. Just have me sat there going, I've been to Olive Garden. And it was all right. I didn't have a bad experience. And I had a good plate of food, actually. It was all right. Would I go again? Yeah, probably. Get down to Olive Garden. That would trend. That'd be everywhere. People would say it's refreshing honesty. We've got Cameron Grimes backstage. Ooh, with the grizzled young veterans. How about we get you another replica of WWE shop? So they're making fun that that's a replica of the $1 Million Championship. They're like, next week you could be Universal Champion. Okay, he drops it on Gibson's foot. And then he says, toe the moon. Well, that was a bit raw, wasn't it? MSK versus Oney, Lorcan and Danny Burch for the NXT Tag Team Championships next week. Toe the moon. Ember Moon versus Kaylee. Oh my god, why doesn't he do something with Ember Moon? He keeps saying to the moon. What if, like, he keeps saying to the moon? And Ember keeps going, did you call me? No. No, I said to the moon again. Oh, you've got to stop doing that. That could be fun. Right. Ciampa versus Holland. I want the tweet of my art to get likes. Tag in the footballer then that you did and put the team and people will see it. Anthony says, do you think Dunn is in the same boat as Cole? Re-sign has to be on main roster. I don't know. I don't know what Vince sees in Tommaso. I don't know. I mean, the reports are that Vince sees a bright future for Adam Cole. I don't know if he sees a bright future for Tommaso. So it's hard to say. I guess you could say the title dropping on the foot made him go toe the moon. Toe the moon. What match are you looking forward to All Out? CM Punk match against Darby Allin. Here's Ridge Holland. Push grizzled young veterans. Make them the tag team champions, says Austin. I didn't know you was a grizzled young veterans fan. Here's Ridge Holland. Looks like he's wearing Edge's jacket. Ridge Holland making his days. I'm going to miss NXT and Dynamite. Not next week, but the week after. No worries. To the moon. I actually want to see Adam Cole on the main roster, says Vishnu. I would like to see him on the main roster as well. Edward says they suck. LSW said I agree. Sonny says, let's go, Ciampa. He's got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Yorkshire boy, Ridge Holland. I didn't say Ciampa, I said Pete Dunne. Bring back Button Moon. We're off to Button Moon. Yeah, I used to watch that as a kid. When I was 21. Against ropes goes Ciampa. Shoulder tackle. Nice takedown. Let's go, old man Ciampa. Austin says, there's lots of things that you don't know about me. Tell us one thing about you that we don't know then, Austin. If there's lots of things that we don't know, tell us one thing about you that we don't know. Nice, belly to belly. Anna says, I do love Ridge Holland's gimmick. Kick to the back by Ridge. When is the younger brother debut? Not for a long time. I don't know where he is in his wrestling development. Might not see him till next year. Days, are you from Tennessee? Because you are the only 10 I see. I feel like you've said that before. There's an overrun, is there? Ciampa driving the knee into Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland getting pulled out of the ring. Ciampa doing... battering him. If Pete Dunne resigns, does it have to be main roster? Don't know. Doubt it. Into the plexiglass. Back elbow by Ciampa. Days, have you got any opinions on Peppa Pig? Never seen it. In my opinion, she's rude and the parents are idiots. I've never watched it. I've never seen Peppa Pig on TV and thought, wow, I need to check this out. I need to drop everything I'm doing right now to check this this cartoon out. So I really can't comment. Ciampa, clapping, patting himself on the back. I love it when he does that. Has he come up with something yet? Days, who would win? Johnny versus LA Knight. I was in the shower. It was LA Knight. Swing by Ciampa. Going against the ropes. Oof, Ridge Holland just kind of shoulder tackles Ciampa. He goes flying across the ring. Will you do World Cup qualifiers and the England games? Yes, but that will be over on the brand new Football Days channel. Yeah! It's over there. It's not here. This is where we talk wrestling. Over there is where we talk football. So yeah, we will be doing that. Peppa Pig is better than Raw. Everyone is giving answers for Days, except for me. Well, what is your answer? Yeah, we are doing it over on Football Days. I never really liked Peppa Pig, says Shark. Miss Clown 1 says Booby. Subscribe to Football Days. I heard a rumour that Austin was born with no nipples. That's what I heard. There's many things we don't know about Austin. One of them is he doesn't own any nipples. And he is actually saving up right now for nipple replacement surgery. He's going to have some nipples sewn on. But they're going to have to come from a dead pig. So he's waiting for the right pig to pass away so that he can have a couple of their teats, and he will use them as his nipples. So, I mean, like, it's not that unusual, in all fairness. It's not like he's the first person to have this operation, but that's a fun fact that many of you don't know. I don't know when when is the surgery, actually. I don't know when the surgery is. But I know it does mean that Austin will be away from the channel for a while whilst he's having the pig nipples sewn onto him, but you could get rubber nipples. You could get rubber nipples, but that's not the way that he's going. I don't know that the rubber... See, the thing is, the body can actually reject rubber nipples, but that's why if you go for pig ones, they're quite close to human ones. So, that's what you don't know about Austin. He has got me in his basement. How does Days know this? Says J14. I know. I'm actually rearing the pigs that are going to be used, so I know. Can I just point out there has been zero denial. There has been no denial. Where do you get your wrestling news from? I just get it off Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, articles on Google. I mean, you tend to hear rumours on Twitter. And then see what Sean Ross Sapp's saying, see what WrestleVotes is saying, see what Dave Meltzer's saying. Basically the same place that everyone else gets their news from. I've got Cesaro's nipples. Oh, I didn't know this. Austin stole Cesaro's nipples. Days knows all. Ciampa versus Haaland. Days, you should get some milk sliced nipples. Right, we've got Ridge Holland with a chin lock on Tommaso Ciampa. AEW signed with Discovery Plus in India to give us independence from Raw, says KFC Brouillon. Interesting. I get my news from the hobo round the corner, says Miss Clanwell. Charging out. How is Dave in real life? Is he alright? Big boy Dally, see you tomorrow. CM316's alt says Dave Meltzer gives bad ratings. Oh, donut nipple. If I had donut nipples, I'd munch away at my own nipples. What I show you in DMs is personal. You did not need to tell the chat about my no nipples. Austin, no nipples, 316. Daze gets all his info from Linda. Daze has got 4 nipples. Yes. I stole 2 off Austin. I'm a nipple collector. It's good to have a hobby. We're seeing knee strike by Ciampa. Ridge Holland going back into the corner. Big clothesline by Tommaso. I get my rumours from Vince directly. What, you hope that that nipple collector doesn't stick? I don't mind being known as the nipple collector. It's why there's no figure videos anymore. I used to collect figures. Now I collect nipples. Tommaso Ciampa down. I'm glad Mattel don't put nipples on their figures. I think it would be weird. Do you know what? I never noticed. I think it's weird they're not there. They are... I mean... I don't get it. What's wrong? What is wrong with the little... Do you know what I mean? What is wrong if you just put a little on there? I don't understand. I think it's weird. Now that I've noticed, I think it's so strange. I mean, it can't be rude or offensive because I've got it. I mean, like, they're there right now. I can see chompers. Look at the background, can't cope. I can see chompers. I can see Ridge Holland. So it doesn't make any sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be a bit weird if they put it on the women. But I don't get why it's not on the men. Did you know that Austin is a girl? I didn't. I think that's fake news, to be honest. Ciampa pounding away on Ridge Holland. I've got no ham cookies. Omega is the belt collector, but he's got nothing on the nipple collector. He wishes he was me. He wishes he was me. Ciampa picking up Ridge Holland. Planting him down. To shoulder up. Xbox is sponsoring the England team at the World Cup. Wembley is going to look awesome in green. Days the nipple slinging slasher. This has been a decent match, says Ben. Austin said, I've got an OnlyFans. There you go. That's my seat. Oh my God, I wish that was true. Can you imagine an Austin OnlyFans picture? How I don't know how the community would react to it. It depends what the picture was. I know that it would be Anna Dawes' wish come true. I know that much. If there was an Austin 316 OnlyFans. In fact, in my mind, there is an Austin 316 OnlyFans. And there's only one person signed up to it, and it's Anna Dawes. And that's exactly what... that's what Anna gets up to in her spare time. Supports Tottenham and goes on to Austin's OnlyFans. All of Austin's pictures kinky, and they're just him wearing Tottenham Hotspur shirts. just Tottenham Hotspur shirts. Oh man, I went too far. You know when you say something and you go too far? Oh. Thank God, Ciampa's won. Ciampa's won. This stream's going to be over. Ciampa has DDT'd and beaten Ridge Holland. Oh my God, Anna. I get news from the donuts that Days tortures. Here's MSK coming down. They're exchanging blows. Oh, it's all happening, guys. This was a weird conversation. It was strange, wasn't it? It was strange. Days, Dynamite, do you do it? Yes. Anna doesn't even know that Days talked about her. She knows. She'll know. I'm sure she will know. I mean, she's probably over on his OnlyFans right now. That's why she's not here. She's not sleeping. She's there like this going, oh, yeah. Oh. There she is! Why is my name being besmirched? Well, Anna, it was it's a weird conversation, and it all started a long time ago. It's very hard to explain, but if anything, I've been trying to steer the conversation away from your name. So Get in your scores. Full-time scores. We haven't got time for this conversation. Full-time scores now. Full-time scores. Get your full-time scores in. 7.75 says Troy. 10 out of 10 says Joe. 6.5 says Brony. Full-time scores. 7 says Let Him In. 6.5 says Brad G. Edward says I'm sad. Austin says 6.5. Ben says 5. Jaden says 6.5. 6.5. 6.5. NXT is developmental for AEW. 6, 6.5, 7, 6.9, 7, 6.5, 6, 7, 8.5, 7, 6, 6.5. Anna says I've been here the whole time. Okay, well, then you will know the truth, wouldn't you? And maybe you've just misheard a few things. 7, 6, trying to get on. We're battling away. Little bit of lag. Oh, there's a lot of drama at the moment, guys. There's a lot of drama. Yeah, guys, I think we've been hacked. I think a lot of the things that have been said towards the end of this stream was interference from somewhere else. So, yeah, I don't know. We're lots of lag, lots of hacking, lots of interference. I think we're going to have to wrap it up there, guys. I think we're going to have to wrap it up. We are back, but we need to go because, yeah, I think there's a lot of crossover. I think we're picking up some, I think you're hearing audio from, a different channel. So, I don't know. It's all getting a bit messy. So, thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate the support. And hopefully I will see you again next time. I've gone with 6 out of 10 out, by the way. 6 out of 10 from me. Bye for now.